alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Welcome back to the Bad Movie Cult podcast. My name is Dominic Lawton. I am joined by Mr. Ken B. Wild.
Hello there.
He's the co-host of this show.
Hello, I am. Whether you like it or not.
Well, we thought it's probably about time we did a bad movie that everyone knew. That might help.
Yeah, go on then.
And it is, in fact, the 1990 Claudio Fragrasso film, Troll 2.
Yes.
You're late.
I'm sorry we had a small mishap.
Here are the keys.
Here are ours.
Have a nice stay in Mill Park.
Goblins don't exist. Goblins don't exist.
And remember, they're eating her! Or they're going to eat me!
Yeah, this is a Hall of Fame first ballot movie pick for bad movies.
Yep.
We've previously covered another Claudio Fragrasso film, which was Night Killer. And this one is worse than that, I think, in many ways.
Yeah, I really like this film. It's just so incompetent all the way through it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, well, this was also written by his wife, Rosella Drudy, and it was her idea, actually, and it was in response to several of her friends becoming vegetarians.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't that just shine throughout the film?
Yeah, it's exactly what you would do in that situation. He was like that. Oh, I'm a vegetarian. Well, I'm going to write a film then about trolls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Bye.
Yeah, and because Claudio Fragrasso and his wife only spoke Italian, they did write the screenplay in very poor English and insisted on set that all the actors delivered the lines exactly as they were written. So even though they were in poor English, and you can hear that in the film, they just had to read them like that.
Which adds a little bit of charm.
And also, all the crew on this film are Italian as well. There's only one person, which I think was a costume designer, that could speak English. The rest of the crew were all Italians.
Mamma mia.
It was named Troll 2 to capitalise on the minor success of Troll. It has no connection to the plot, and more importantly, no trolls in Troll 2.
No, not at all.
You've got the DVD like a box set, haven't you?
I have indeed, yes. Yes. I've never watched the first one. I don't even know why it offers me that one. It says like that, Troll 1 or Troll 2. And I was like, well, 2, obviously. What are you talking about?
The entire cast went to a casting call hoping to be extras, and they ended up in all the lead roles.
Imagine how shit the other people must have been.
Yeah, exactly.
No offence if you're out there listening.
Yeah.
Those who were unsuccessful and potentially were still extras.
Yeah. George Hardy, he plays the dad.
Yeah, he's great.
His audition was him doing the I Won't Allow It scene. He said he did it to a room of 9 smoking Italians who couldn't speak any English. And he got the role because the Italians love the energy he put into it.
So do I.
Me too, yes.
Yeah, well done.
Well done, George, who was a dentist or something. There was a documentary made about this called The Best Worst Movie.
Yeah. I've never seen that.
George is in this, and he's got a dental practice still somewhere, and you just see him in there. He just did this film and then went back to being a dentist.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I've got the IMDb rating, Ken.
Oh, yes, go on then. This can't be too high, can it?
2.9 out of 10.
I thought that bad movie lovers would have bumped that up a little bit by now.
They probably have.
Yeah. Probably give it at least another 1.9, I'm guessing.
And I think this might be a low for Rotten Tomatoes. It has 5%.
Yeah, usually we get some that just haven't got anything, and other ones are like about 18 or something, aren't they? So yeah, maybe 5% is one of the lowest recorded percentages.
Yeah, and the percentage from Rotten Tomatoes, for those who don't know, but it's based on written reviews from actual movie critics. The percentage there. You've got like a user one as well. So if we do a film and there's no percentage from an actual critical review standpoint, then we do go with what the fans are saying. But 5%. Because we've actually found some films like they've actually got a high Rotten Tomato rating, even though they're considered bad. Because like the critics liked it, but it was actually just piss poor.
Yeah.
Got some taglines for you, Ken.
Go on then.
One was not enough.
Are they assuming that they mean what? Troll 1? One film called Troll was not enough.
Yeah. Be afraid. Be twice as afraid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we get it. It's a sequel. We're trying to make that out to be a sequel. Understood.
He was actually going to do a sequel to this called Troll 2 Part 2.
He's a bloody lunatic, isn't he, this Claudio bloke?
There's nothing more frightening than a little boy's nightmare. Until it turns real.
Okay. I don't like that one either. These are all rubbish.
And last but not least, En el mundo de la fantasía y el misterio reina los troll.
That's more like it.
From Mexico. I don't know why that's on there, but there we go.
Yeah, that's better. I agree with that one. That's the best one.
You know what I agree with? Starting your horror film off with Peter Pan running through the fucking forest. What the shit in hell's this?
It's Little Peter. Little Peter, the mid-20-year-old bloke in a stupid little hat.
Yeah, and he's running through the forest. And we're getting a sort of Princess Bride start, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, yeah. If only it was actually just we will watch that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next time.
It's old Grandpa Seth, and he's
not played by Columbo, obviously.
And he's telling a bedtime story to young Joshua.
Sadly, not Fred Savage.
No.
Peter was a courageous boy, but that dawn, he could feel fear stick to his skin like dew on leaves. The fog was thick enough to make him lose his way home. Then he began to hear strange noises coming from the depths of the forest. He noticed a presence, small shadows that seemed to giggle as they followed in his footsteps.
Who were they, Grandpa?
Cruel, deformed forest dwellers, haughty creatures, spiteful and impudent. They are the vengeful and evil goblins, the little people of the night.
We had a bit of Grandpa talking shit about goblins. It should be pointed out that we said there are no trolls in Troll 2. They are just called goblins.
Yes, there are many, many goblins.
And then sure enough, we see them. Some films, they like to withhold back them. If they're particularly poor looking, they'll withhold back images of the monster.
Maybe just see some legs running through, some disturbed foliage.
Maybe a little goblin dick or something. Just a little hint.
Yeah. I've been a bit early for that, I think. 2 minutes in, Goblin Dick.
Remember you played Dick Goblin in one of the film pictures?
I did indeed. Street musician, I believe. Yeah. Very elaborate.
Yeah, we get a chase scene. They're chasing little Peter through the woods.
Yeah, Joshua wants to know why. What did he do to them? Nothing. They're just evil.
Evil.
Yes, that's the point, Joshua. That's the bloody point.
Don't you see, Joshua?
Yeah, he's a lunatic, isn't he, Grandpa Seth?
Grandpa Seth's the fucking stuff of nightmares, yeah. Grandpa Seth, in his rocking chair.
What did they want with him? What did Peter do to the goblins?
That's the point. Goblins don't need to justify their cruel acts. They're evil creatures. But let me go on, please.
Okay, I won't interrupt you anymore.
To make a long story short, Peter started to run and run and run.
It chases us into the credits as well, and he ends up meeting a girl in the forest.
Yes, yeah, freckle-faced fuck that she is.
She is, yeah.
She's got little like drawn-on freckles onto her own face.
Yeah.
They're not real.
Yeah, that's the worst thing this film does.
Well, no, I've called her that. I'm just pointing out that they're not real freckles. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying
It's not
that.
a real face.
I'm not saying that against people with freckles on their face.
She forces him to eat some sort of green custard.
Yeah,
Mint custard.
just green shit.
Well, the kid's on the ball anyway, old Joshua.
Yeah, he knows what shit's going on here.
Because he turns up in the fairy tale.
He does, yeah. What the hell?
He says, I bet it was a goblin in disguise. And he's right.
Yeah, and Seth says, "Will you shut the fuck up? I'm telling this story, you little bastard."
Yeah, that's a edited scene out from The Princess Bride, isn't it? When he's giving Columbo some sass.
Yeah, when he gives him that, he just backhands him, lights a cigar.
Yeah. Just one more thing, bitch. That's what he says to him. It turns out that this flowery tart is a goblin.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
Well, everyone, including the kid.
Yeah, I suppose.
I bet it was a goblin in disguise.
These evil creatures could transform themselves into flesh and blood people whenever and however they want.
You're making a mistake, Grandpa. You said they can. You should have said they could. Or what kind of fairy tale is it?
They can. They can. Goblins still exist. Your Grandpa Seth is telling you.
Someone needs to get Grandpa his medicine because he's getting irate now.
Yeah. He shouts, "Goblins still exist." He shouts. This is Seth shouting at the kid now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grandpa Seth is telling you. He's used his own name there.
Yeah.
In case he's unsure of who's telling him the story.
And the kid's like, "Don't tell me they ate him, Grandpa." And he's like, "That's exactly what happened, with a veracity that has no equal on earth."
Quality line.
That's brilliant,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Imagine that veracity.
Yeah.
You can't. You've never seen it before. There's no equal. No one's seen it.
How did Peter end up?
He began to feel ill, very ill. He was sweating chlorophyll green.
Green?
That's right. The color of the goblins, the color of sap. Until she appeared to him as she really was, horrible and mocking.
Changed into what?
Half man, half plant, the goblin's favorite food.
Food? Don't tell me they ate him, Grandpa.
That's exactly what happened, with a voracity that has no equal on Earth.
What are you doing still up, Josh?
Grandpa Seth was telling me to stop.
The lights flick on and we get the scariest looking person in. Never mind the goblins.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
The mom. What were your thoughts on the mom, Ken?
She's terrifying. Imagine that coming out of the dark at you.
Her eyes are like...
Yeah, they're like beacons.
Yeah.
They're glowing in the dark. It looks like she's a... You know the preacher in Poltergeist 2? She looks a bit like him with a wig on. Terrifying.
Yeah, she does, yeah. Him with like a Motley Crue wig on or something.
Yeah, the blonde one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrifying looking woman.
Yeah.
No offence. Margot Prey, her name is.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good name.
It is a good name.
Prey as in EY as well. It's like
Oh,
the
nice.
hunter and the prey.
She says, "What are you still doing up, Joshua?" And he says, "Grandpa Seth was telling me," and then claps his hand over his mouth.
Whoops.
And we cut to the chair, and the chair's just rocking in its place.
Yeah, nobody in it.
And surely the mom would be like, "Why is that fucking chair doing
Yeah,
that?"
Jesus, that's weird, isn't it?
But she just says, "Grandpa Seth is dead.
He's been dead for 6 months now.
Get over it, Joshua, you shit."
Yeah, exactly. I know it's difficult, but it's also difficult for your father, Holly, and for me, his daughter. Just explaining to young Joshua there, the family tree. She follows it up with, "He was an amazing man, Grandpa Seth, and he remains in our hearts, but you must banish him from your mind." Yeah, so never think of him again, this amazing man. Yeah,
Banish.
We all love him, but banish him from your mind forevermore.
The mom is just brilliant. I love her. She reacts in no way any human reacts to anything anyone says.
Yeah, what do you think? Cyborg?
It makes sense. I haven't seen her eat or drink anything yet in the film. They're going on holiday tomorrow, Ken.
Yeah. He actually, as well, before we get to find out about that holiday, we find out that there's a therapist involved, and the therapist has told Joshua that Grandpa Seth is an invention of his subconscious.
He's never existed.
So hang on a minute. What about the rest of them? Yeah. What about his father, Holly, and for her, his daughter? What about all them three?
Hang on, the mom's his daughter.
Yeah, she mentioned it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how the grandpa thing worked. Oh well, a month's vacation will sort him out.
I often talk about a grandpa I never had.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you must banish him from your mind.
Grandpa Seth has been gone for more than 6 months now. You were at the funeral, and I know it was very difficult for you. It was also very difficult for your father, and for Holly, and for me, his daughter. He was an amazing man. Grandpa Seth has remained in all our hearts, but you must banish him from your mind.
As the mom goes to leave, Joshua does ask her, "Do goblins exist?" And she says, "No, dear, they don't exist." And that's it. She fucks off. Now go to sleep, or I swear to God I'll make you banish another relative from your mind. Well, we cut to another relative anyway, and it's his sister, pumping iron.
Yeah, she's all sweaty.
80s music,
Yeah.
80s heartthrobs.
Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp, in the news these days.
In the nip? I thought you were going to say that.
No, not in this bit.
Loads of 80s tat around the room, Smurfs and shit.
Yeah.
And she's dressed how people used to dress in the 80s when they went to the gym, apparently.
Yeah, I did.
The mum goes in and just shakes her head at her and leaves.
Yeah, she's got got those Walkman headphones on, haven't she? You know, the one with the wire thing over the top of the head. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they used to catch your hair in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to wear that.
And this is when we meet our hero now. It's the dad.
Yes, come on.
It's Michael. And they're going to Nilbog for a fucking month.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
A month's vacation. That's madness.
Yeah. I'm getting Daddy Derek vibes from Michael, to be honest, when he's speaking on the phone.
Only at this bit, yeah.
Yeah, sort of southern, happy-go-lucky fucks.
Yeah, only during these bits.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he's just a lunatic.
Yeah, just like Daddy Derek.
Yeah, I suppose.
Except obviously Daddy Derek likes fucking cats.
Yeah, to be honest, I preferred Mama Cat to Mama Waits. I believe in it.
It's the what's that puppet show with the fucking witch, like with the big white hair? It's like Thunderbirds.
Oh, Terrorhawk.
Yeah,
Zelda.
She's just like Zelda from Terrorhawks. Anyway, he's on the phone and we find out 26 people live in Nilbog.
It's not a big place, is it?
Fuck me. And he's going there for a month.
A month there.
In some fucking...
Yeah, there's a house exchange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be a family living in his house, and they're all going to go and live in their house. That sounds horrible.
Like shack next to the fucking...
Yeah, it sounds bloody awful. That
for a whole month.
Everything about that sounds terrible.
He says to his wife, "Just think, we'll be living like our ancestors did, like peasants."
Yeah, the constant fear of disease and death. Oh, it'd be great.
Is it peasants and farmers, I think he says.
It does sound nice,
Yeah, what a holiday for a whole month. That'd be great, wouldn't it? But the mom, she's worried about Joshua. But, Michael says, well, I had an imaginary friend as well. It's like, guys, he wasn't imaginary. He was actually a human.
Well, she does point that out. She says, yeah, but yours wasn't your dead granddad.
No.
And he's like, yeah, fair enough. Anyway, we're going on holiday, so fuck it.
Yeah, he says, this trip will make him forget all about your father.
Yeah, and banish him from his mind forever.
Yeah.
Because he's an invention of our subconscious as well.
It also should be pointed out throughout this that we're going to speak a lot about the incompetency of the cast, and believe me, they are fucking terrible. But a special mention for whoever is doing the music, because They've never seen a horror film in their lives. This is fucking terrible. And it gets all serious now, and we get our first laugh out loud moment.
Do you know how many people live in Nilbog?
No, how many?
26, including the presents. Isn't that wonderful?
Come on to bed.
Just think. We'll be living like our ancestors did. Yeah, we'll be peasants and farmers. Hey, what's the matter?
I'm worried about Joshua. He's still seeing Grandpa Seth.
When I was a kid, I had an imaginary playmate, too.
But it wasn't your dead grandfather.
Yeah, it'll end. This trip will make him forget about your father.
Michael?
Yeah?
Who are the goblins?
Yeah, I'd love a close-up on him like that when he's like...
He just looks like, what?
Yeah, he's like,
I don't fuck it. What are you on
I'll
about?
tell you what, if Goblin had done the music for this would have been absolutely brilliant.
That would have been
It's
fucking
Italian
amazing.
as well. Why can you not get hold of them all that?
Exactly.
They're a bit busy with like every Fulci film.
Yeah.
He's doing all them.
Fair enough. Joshua, he's checking his window now. There's some creepy peeper he's pressed up against the glass.
He's scared, isn't he? Scared in bed. He hears a noise. What's all that? Let's have a little look out the curtain. It's some lad, some bloke's face.
Some teenager having a little look inside, seeing what he can see in Joshua's bedroom.
Yeah.
There's loads of lads out there, and one of them is Holly's pathetic boyfriend, Elliot.
Yeah, that's who's at the window, I believe.
And he creeps into her room, and he's looking for some... Oh, I don't know why I've written that note.
Did you put sex?
Sweaty fingering.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
She kicks him right in the fucking bollocks when he
Quite
gets
right
when he
too,
turns
yeah,
up.
yeah.
He scares her.
It's Elliot, of course. She sits up and she's chewing gum. She was laid on a weights bench, pumping iron, what with chewing gum in her mouth. Dangerous is that?
It's the 80s, we were all doing it, weren't we?
Honestly. And she's got the headphones on that catch her hair. She's chewing gum whilst laying down. She's wearing a very, very small leotard that looks like it could vanish inside any time.
Yeah. Ken used to chew 2 pieces of gum when he was pumping iron. He was quite the rebel.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Picture a young Ken Wild, everybody. Blonde, flat top.
Yeah, short on the top, long at the back. That was me.
Business up top, party around the back.
Yeah, wearing one of those
Gold's Gym.
crop tops with Gold's Gym, yeah. Got me a big belt on.
Short shorts.
Yeah,
And
got me weights bench belt on just to protect the lower back,
Yeah.
whilst I'm doing my curls.
the 80s were his heyday. Let's call it his heyday anyway.
Yeah, with me white gym socks pulled up to mid calf.
Converse.
Yeah, me
White Converse.
me shiny white sneakers.
Like Teen Wolf, it sounds like.
It was great. Yeah, I used to have a cassette on and the boom box, listening to
Snap.
I've got the power by Snap and all kinds of generic rock and roll. Great days, man.
Yeah.
Great days. Maybe what I am today.
I was wearing the surfer sort of oil, when you put oil in water, those sunglasses.
Oh, yes.
I was wearing that, moustache, sweatbands,
yeah,
around the top of the head there, curly. I had a bit of a perm, but we all did. It was a fucking 80s.
No, we were cool and we knew it, no matter what everyone else said.
Well, Elliot isn't cool.
He's not really, is he? Not like we were.
No. He says, "Are you nuts? Are you trying to turn me into a homo?" Because he got kicked in the bollocks, you see.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Elliot, what kind of idiotic joke is this? You scared the shit out of me.
I'm the victim of a nocturnal rapture. I have to release my lowest instincts with a woman. Oh!
Release your instincts in the bathroom.
Are you nuts? You trying to turn me into a homo?
Wouldn't it be too hard? If my father discovers you here, he'd cut off your little nuts and eat them. He can't stand you.
That's an odd thing to threaten your boyfriend with, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe it's weird, isn't it? Because I don't know whether her dad's actually threatened her with that, saying if I ever see Elliot in here, and then explains that's what he'll do for her to know that.
Yeah.
Or it's just his usual go-to reaction to things.
Maybe he's done it with a previous boyfriend.
Maybe Grandpa Seth was a victim to it.
No, he was a figment of everyone's
Oh,
imagination.
sorry, I made him up.
And you?
I like you. But my family doesn't like you. They say you're good for nothing and that you spend way too much time with your friends.
Oh, but I swear I never see them.
This family have a massive obsession with Elliot and the amount of time he spends with his mates.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, because I don't think anyone else in the family's got a friend, and that's the problem.
Well,
I think.
the kid has.
Yeah, but he's made him up.
Yeah.
And killed him, potentially. We don't know.
And he says, I swear, I never see them. He's fucking pathetic, this kid. Then cue the fucking Three Stooges through the
God,
window.
This moment of comedy.
We've got classic 80s kid. We've got a geeky version of Johnny from the Karate Kid. And we've got a young Kemby Wild as well, just tagging along at the end there.
Yeah, and they all appear, just as he says, I don't ever see my friends. They all appear at the window and go, hey, how's it going? What's going on in here? Oh, is this the right window? Oh, crazy. And you say, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, she shuts the blinds in their faces.
Yeah, which makes them all fall out the window again.
Good.
Yeah, which is good. Unfortunately, they all survive.
Do you see?
What's wrong with having friends?
Nothing. If you want to remain a virgin for life. You take them to bed with you, too. And I don't believe in group sex.
He quite rightly asks what's wrong with having friends, Elliot does. And she says, nothing if you want to remain a virgin for life.
Yeah, only friendless people get sex.
That's true, isn't it? That's always a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, hey, do you want to be my friend? No way, I'm looking for some sex.
She says, you take them to bed with you too, and I don't believe in group sex. She doesn't believe in Grandpa Seth or group sex.
Oh, Grandpa sex.
One of Ken's films.
Is it true that your family's going on vacation tomorrow?
Yes.
I'll come with you.
Okay, I'll tell my father that you're coming with us tomorrow.
Where are we going?
Nilbog, a wonderful half-empty town. It's an exchange. A family from the country is coming to live here, and we're going to live in their house. Oh, Elliot, it will be wonderful. You and me, in the woods. This time, we'll be able to be together for sure.
And my boys?
If you bring them with you, I never want to see you again.
Okay, I'm going now, and I'll tell them. I'll see you tomorrow morning?
At 8, on the dot.
Okay.
Elliot!
Yeah?
Alone?
Of course. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
What the fuck?
I thought they hated him.
Everybody hates him. What the hell are you just inviting him to go away with them for a month? That would be hell on earth for everyone.
Yeah, what about his little nuts?
Yeah, he'll be bloody eaten by his dad, her dad.
Protect them with his life. It turns out that it's, as Ken said, it's an exchange. Family from Nilbog's going the other way. You ever heard of such a thing? Is that a real thing?
I think so, but I don't know. It's more like just for a reality show these days, isn't it? I think it probably used to happen.
Why the fuck would you do that?
I don't know. I wouldn't.
It's going to be one person missing out there, one family. You're like, oh, that looks nice. The other one will be like, that looks shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be more worried about people being in my house. I wouldn't really care about the other way around.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be really nice where I'm going, but I'd be thinking, I wonder what the fuck is doing in my house.
Yeah. And why does the whole family love this idea? Why does this teenage girl think this is going to be amazing?
For a month. She's going away for a month.
And then Holly's pretty much saying to Elliot that if you come with us, then we will have sex.
Yeah, in the woods.
Yeah.
Together forever, one more time, yeah.
But Elliot decides, actually, I'm going to bring my mates. So he really does love his mates. Cut to the next day, and Holly, she's upset in the car because they left without him, you see.
Yeah, that's good. He didn't fucking turn up, did he?
The dad says, we left at 9:30 and no sign of your bow, so she must be a hunter or something.
Yeah, he says that was 90 minutes after we were going to set off. So even though he hates this kid, he sat and waited for him for an hour and a half just in case he turns up, and then eventually said, fuck this. And they've set off, and she's upset about that.
Tension in the family because of that good-for-nothing little nuts.
Yeah, Elliot Little Nuts.
Luckily, Joshua is cutting through the tension with a song.
Yeah, which he's forced to sing by his terrifying mother.
She says,
stop arguing!
She says, sing that song that I like so much.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
Yeah, you'll never guess what the song is. It's everyone's favourite. It's Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And they all join in really badly. like Manos.
Yeah, I was going to say, did Hal Warren write this?
It must just be the go-to song, doesn't it, in cars?
It's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in that fucking car. The way they're singing it.
I never liked that kid. I never did.
I'm the one who has to like him, Dad. Me alone.
Stop it, please. Joshua, start singing. Come on, sing that song I like so much.
I don't feel like singing, Mom.
Just sing.
Row, row, row your boat gently down a stream.
Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Thankfully, we cut to a montage of the family and Elliot and his mates.
With some country music instead, we just cut that song and put some country music on.
Elliot's promised all his mates some ladies.
Yeah, he's in a massive RV.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did he get that from?
Why didn't he tell her, I'll meet you there, I'll go in the RV?
Yeah. I mean, what the hell? Why did our whole family go in that?
Because he actually gets there before them, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, it looks very nice, to be honest. The RV looks quite nice, huh?
Yeah. Joshua has a nightmare of becoming a plant in the back seat.
Oh, he does, yes, yeah.
It's obviously very clear at this point that they only had 2 decent masks for the goblins. Because there's one in the front seat that's fucking ridiculous. He's like this bug-eyed...
Bug-eyed Pete.
Yeah.
Josh's nightmare... Actually, do you know, in this, I actually quite like the makeup in bits of this film.
You're talking about Joshua in this bit?
Yeah.
When it's like...
Yeah, I like the green stuff. I like the fact that it looks all right. And there's a bit at the end as well where it looks quite good. But for the majority, obviously, it is shit. But some of the green melting, sweaty bits and sort of like dark green blood kind of effects, I thought was all right.
There's a bit where there's like a black stick or something like shooting out of Joshua's stomach here, isn't there?
Yeah. He's got stick fingers. He's got sticks coming out of his fingers, and they're all attached. And he's got green blood on where the sticks are coming from. He's got a big like root or something coming out of his chest, and I thought that's not too bad. And the rest of it. Then we cut to looking at the rest of his family, who are all goblins, and they look shit.
Yeah,
and you think, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough of trying to defend this film.
Well, don't look now, Ken, but a figment of Joshua's imagination is standing on the side of the road as they drive past. He's got a sign.
Yeah, because Joshua wakes up with a start, and the start of, "No, don't eat me." And the whole family are just staring at him, even though they're still driving as well.
Turns out that this person on the side of the road is Grandpa Seth.
It is, yeah. He's got a sign, hasn't he? Like a hitchhiker.
It says, "Stop them."
Yeah.
And he gets out the car. He has to pull over. He says he feels sick, I think.
Yeah, I believe that's the device to stop the car.
Gets out and runs over to Grandpa Seth, and he says, "This is a bad place, little one. It even gives me the creeps, and I'm not even real."
Yeah, and I've just been made up.
It turns out he was just talking to some sort of homeless hitchhiker that probably wanted to eat Joshua's little nuts.
Yeah, that's what the sign really said. I eat little nuts.
for a lift. I like that. Well, imagine if you were the dad and your son got out and just like chatting to that lunatic-looking hitchhiker.
Yeah, the murderous-looking hitchhiker that you've driven past, pretending not to see.
You'd probably be like, you know what, actually, we'll drive off a little bit further so we're not parking next to this guy. Anyway, we cut to Elliot and his friends, and they're trying to get Holly's attention.
Yeah, because they drive past where they're parked up, don't they?
Yeah. What was the plan there? We'll just stop, will we? Because they were just waving. They're like miles away from her. She gives them the finger.
Yeah, I don't even know how she's seen them, to be honest.
No,
and
when you see the
they
shot,
certainly can't see her.
No.
Because we see them. We see the car go past. You can't see shit in there. But yeah, she flips them the bird.
Little Kenneth says, "I don't think it was a good idea to come up here, guys."
Yeah, I'm right.
You are right.
I am. I'm spot on.
And we've reached Nilbog.
Finally.
"There's no one here," says Holly, surprised, when they're in a town of 26 people.
He expects them all just to be stood on the street.
Yeah, waving them in.
Yeah. Josh naturally suggests, well, should we just go home then?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, Josh, that's happening, isn't it? Just driven here all this time.
The dad says, hey, remember this time of night everyone goes to sleep. Isn't it like 10 a.m. or something?
I don't know. They set off at 9:30 a.m. They can't have driven the whole day.
Yeah, it's fucking like bright sunshine.
Yeah. And you know when I said that they're not just stood in the street, I'll tell you where they are. They're all in the store. Because when they drive off, everyone seems to appear at the store window. It's like about 12 blokes. 12 guys just appear out of the darkness and just look at them out the window.
Yeah.
I think, what are you all doing in the store? Yeah. It's a bit weird.
They were shooting Squirm, I think, because all these guys, I'm sure they're in Squirm. Anyway, they get to the farm and they meet the other family. Joshua notices they all have, like, scabs on them.
Yeah, and again, they actually are all stood there waiting.
Yeah.
And he says, you're late. He says, you've been stood there for like an hour and a half just waiting for them to turn up.
Yeah. What could that mean, these scabs, Ken?
I don't know. I guess maybe later they might pretend to explain it.
Oh, well, let's hope so.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I like how the dad is telling them what's in their house as they're just driving off.
yeah, just take the keys and say, right, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just ignore them. Yeah, he shouts, there's a microwave, a refrigerator. Imagine that.
Good God.
Yeah, all the and other appliances. They're not interested in any of that
smog.
Yeah, not interested in any of that shit.
Mentions a smog. He mentions, we've also got a dead grandfather that haunts the rocking chair.
Local gang violence. I think that's mentioned. Graffiti.
Little nuts.
Yeah, and convenience stores. Don't go in after night.
Steven Seagal will break your arm.
Throw you out a window.
The little kid from the family that they're exchanging with, he throws a baseball at Joshua.
Yeah, very, very well aimed.
Written on it in green is, eat before we eat you. I'm surprised he didn't show he'd be like, hey, look at this here. He's just thrown.
It's weird, isn't it? Look at this, everyone.
But instead he just throws it into the dirt and just watches them drive away.
Bad, not bad.
I'm hungry.
They probably left something behind. I'd be willing to bet. Come take a look, everyone.
Typical country hospitality. Let's dig in.
They go inside anyway, and the dad is fucking proud as he's pleased as
he's
punch.
loving it, isn't he, Michael? He's so happy that this is what they've done.
Because they've left some food out, and he says, typical country hospitality.
Which, again, would probably just have been on the table for that 90 minutes if they were that late.
Yeah.
Plus the time spent stopping and talking to that homeless murderer.
Yeah.
So, so it's over an hour and a half late, so that's all just been laid out on the table. Yeah, I wouldn't eat that.
No, especially it's got green shit all over it.
It is, yeah. Although there are some red apples, and there's also some red juice on the table. It's never mentioned that there's also red stuff. It's all focused on the green.
Grandpa Seth, he turns up.
Of course he does, knocking on the bloody window, isn't he? Like ghosts often do.
Grandpa! Don't let them eat, Joshua. For the love of God, don't let them eat.
Aren't you hungry, Joshua?
Luckily, Grandpa Seth stops time. We can only do it for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and not really stop time at all, because everyone has to just stop what they're doing and pretend to be frozen.
So what's his plan, Ken? This kid, he's only got 30 seconds.
He walks around for a good 25 seconds of that time, doesn't he? Just looking at everybody, pretending to be frozen. And they're unable to do so, because they are moving.
Yeah.
Like the end of the Police Squad series episodes where everyone's just still moving in the background. Yeah, they're pretending that they're frozen. So he just stares at them all for a bit. And eventually just says, I must do it. Undoes his trousers.
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah. What he's done there is he's pissed all over the food.
He's urinated across the entire table.
You know how Butters, when he goes to the toilet, he's done that.
Yeah. So we cut to everybody binning the food. And the dad taking little Joshua upstairs over his shoulder.
Don't hit him, Michael. Please don't hit him, says the mom as he's being taken upstairs.
Yeah.
The sister says, why not? It's what he deserves. A big spanking for a little shit.
Yeah. That was like a Big Trouble in Little China, wasn't it? That? That's what it made me think of.
And the mom says, one of my favourite lines of the film.
Don't hit him, Michael. Please don't hit him.
Why
not. It's what he deserves. A big spanking for little shit.
Joshua is not a little shit. He's just very sensitive.
Yeah, I was defended like that many times by my mother.
The dad now with the best bit of dialogue in the whole film.
He's great in this bit, yeah. This is his scene, and I really admire his energy.
Yeah.
So I'd give him the job too.
Do you see this writing? Do you know what it means? Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
He just screams that in his face.
Energy. The energy.
And then starts undoing his belt.
Yeah.
Which is actually a funny line, to be honest. Like, the reason why he's doing it.
Yeah, because he says, "What are you going to do to me, Daddy?" Which is a horrible line, but then it's followed up by a much better line. What he's doing is actually tightening his belt by 1 notch to stop having hunger pains.
That's such a funny line.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tighten my belt by 1 loop so I don't feel hunger pains. And your sister and mother will have to do likewise.
What he does, Ken, is he then challenges his own son to a hunger strike. He says,
Okay, Joshua, you want to get rough with me? You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for our vacation by going on a hunger strike? Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's ridiculous. We may starve to death, but I'll live longer than you will.
What do you think to the dad so far?
I like him.
Fucking brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone from just happy-go-lucky to psychopath very quickly.
All from having his corn on the cob pissed on.
Yeah.
Which is not a euphemism. Some people will pay good money for that.
Indeed they would.
And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
Anyway, little Ken, he's sick of waiting for women to turn up at the RV like, they usually do when you have an RV.
Yeah, it happened for me.
Well, it does happen now because he goes outside for a smoke.
His name's Arnold, by the way, if you are interested.
Who's that?
This character.
Oh, yes, little Kenneth.
Yes.
He sees a woman running scared through the woods, and obviously, if you ever see that, you instantly start running after them.
Yeah, and then violently tackle them to the ground.
Which is what he does.
Which is bound to calm her down, whatever's happening. Yeah.
She says, "Are you human?" And his response, "Very human, wanna see."
Yep. He's got one thing on his mind. Anyway, she says, "Well, there's monsters. Monsters everywhere." And sure enough, here they come.
Yeah, look shit.
Like little Ewoks.
Apparently they made her eat some green stuff, is what she says. And little Kenneth, he's not scared, and he confronts them. He says, "Get out of here, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble." Mm-hmm. Then gives her the A-OK sign with his fucking hand.
Like Van Damme.
And then the goblins just throw a fucking spear at him.
Just straight through his shoulder. Twat.
His friends hear him scream, but they don't give a fuck.
Nah, fuck's sake.
Have you ever been away with your mates in an RV?
No, I've stayed in a static caravan.
Oh, yeah. Where was that?
In Newquay, down Cornwall way. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, if you're not from the UK, Newquay's sort of almost a rite of passage for young lads.
Yeah.
When you sort of turn 18, you go off with your mates, don't you?
Surfing beaches and that kind of thing. Yeah, very, very nice place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went there a couple of years, actually.
We meet Credence Leonore Gielgud now.
Mm-hmm. So good is that name. She says it again later on when she introduces herself fully again.
Acting dialed up to 11.
Yeah.
She is local theatre written all over, hasn't she, this woman?
She's played by Deborah Reed.
Some bollocks about Stonehenge.
Yeah, mentioned Stonehenge early on.
Their ancestors came from there. It's like, you realise it's just a landmark.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
It's not a town. It's just in the middle of a fucking field.
It's literally just big stones.
Little Kenny asks for a hospital, and she says that we cure ourselves here and points to a smoking cauldron.
Yeah, she's got lots of chemistry experiments, really, hasn't she, from little kids' set.
Yeah, when you make dry ice that smokes out.
Yeah, and just some plants and shit.
Yeah. And she gives them like a drink. I don't know why they drink. She is just insane looking. You would never accept anything from her.
She says, here's some broth. It's all vegetables. They're all properties of the earth. Yeah, and it's all like smoking over the top and all that stuff, like a cartoon. Still, yum yum, thank you.
Yeah, the girl drinks it down and keels over in pain, and she starts heading upstairs for some reason. So we can get the best line delivery in the film.
Yes.
We've already had the best actual dialogue.
Yeah.
Now we have the best delivery of a line, which, if you've heard our trailer, is in the trailer, and we'll play it for you again right now. It's Little Kenneth.
Purifying herself. She is one with the vegetable world. She is food to my children.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
And a fly lands on his head.
Yeah,
as that's happening.
Yeah, while he's doing it all, yeah.
And he has absolutely no expression on his face as he's saying, oh my God, or he's looking up at seeing this woman just congeal and disintegrate and get eaten.
Yeah, in a big old sexy slimy mess.
So these goblins are vegetarian, but they don't eat any of the vegetation around them because it's grass and shit. They turn people into vegetables.
Into plants.
So they can eat plants.
Yeah.
Right.
What's wrong with that? Makes sense to me.
There's a dance montage now. It's Holly. She's got some 80s synth.
Oh, God, it's a shit dance.
No, it's bad, isn't it?
What the hell's going on here?
Why is it even in the film?
I don't know. But imagine saying to her, come and watch this. And then just when she walks in, just pressing play on that, and she gets to now at her age now, see that from when she was younger.
Yeah.
She'd just be like, oh, fuck off. Turn it off now.
Yeah.
It is terrible. Starts off doing some big old glasses on her own eyes or something. What the bloody hell are you doing?
She does, yeah.
Awful.
Strutting around.
I tell you what it did remind me of. The awful karate montage in Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, that was awful as well.
Yeah.
I bet he hates himself for that bit. Yeah, but it's just terrible.
I'll tell you what else it reminds me of is the guy on stage in Hobgoblins at the beginning.
Yeah.
That initial security guard.
Doing his little dance.
Yeah. Or the Fontanelles. Also from Hobgoblins.
Yeah. It's just bad. It really is.
She starts talking in the mirror.
Yeah. She gives a little bit of, well, Elliot, you don't deserve any of this and all this rubbish. It's like, oh, God.
And she's basically she's practicing for when she sees him because she's going to make him choose between his best friends and her.
Yeah, because that's what a loving girlfriend would do.
Yes.
She's beautiful. What a beautiful person.
Dear Elliot Cooper, tomorrow morning will be your final judgment. Either me or your boys. Take it or leave it. The beautiful Holly waits, or your lovely little boys. Make a choice, Elliot.
Joshua.
Anyway, she gets interrupted by the big fucking face of her own grandfather in the mirror.
It is the massive. It's such a huge face, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why does he not just come through like life-size head?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on with the size of this face of his?
Yeah, turning up like fucking Holly in Red Dwarf.
Yeah, lights are flickering and everything.
He's obviously having trouble with the technology in the afterlife because he's actually trying to find Joshua. He's in the wrong mirror, you see, in the wrong bedroom.
He's just like, Joshua! Oh, no. Sorry.
Holly runs out the room, tells her parents she saw Grandpa Seth and to check the mirror. They do check the mirror, and doesn't the dad say something like, it's just us in there?
Yeah, he does,
looks
yeah.
at the mirror.
Yeah, it's just us, look.
Does he think that's like...
Yeah, he thinks that they're in there. Yeah, there's other thems.
Yeah.
So anyway, so now they all think that she's an idiot. Joshua, though, very kindly says, I'll swap rooms, I don't mind. That's fine. I'm used to seeing the ghostly, massive head of Grandpa Seth.
Doesn't well.
And they were like, yeah, go on then, that's cool.
One of them asked Holly if she's been smoking dope.
Smoking the marijuanas.
Yeah, so they switch rooms anyway, and Grandpa Seth turns up.
Yeah, and says, sorry about that. I don't know where anything is, do I? It's a new house.
Yeah, I've got to learn the layout.
And he's like, fair enough, actually. Makes sense.
He says, this is an evil place. It is the kingdom of the goblins. This dusty backwoods town is the kingdom of the goblins.
Yep, all 26 of them.
And so Joshua says, well, why don't you tell the parents? Which is a good point. Why doesn't he?
Yeah, well, you keep telling me, so they'll think I'm an annoying little shit.
And he says, well, they don't listen to me. I was like, they probably would if you turned up in the mirror.
Yeah, you're dead. If you turn up now and tell them, they'll probably listen to anything you say.
Obviously, they wouldn't listen to you before. You're the fucking granddad. Your daughter didn't even think you were real.
What happened?
You were in the wrong room. Holly was sleeping there.
I still have to learn the layout of this house.
We got back to the RV where these crazy bastards, these crazy guys all out there on holiday together, just need some milk. We get to see a couple of them sleeping together, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is Elliot and the other one.
Yeah.
Don't know who any of these guys are, to be honest.
No, you got Johnny from Karate Kid, the geeky version. He's heading out for some milk.
Yeah, he's
called Drew.
Yeah, he wants the milk, and they haven't got anything. So he says, right, I'll just go and get some then, while the other two are sleeping together.
Yeah, he's heading into town for supplies.
Which is also what they need to do for the family back at the house, because only now have they decided to look and see if there's any food. Not when he pissed on it. Not when he pissed on the food that was there. They'll not look for replacement food and still eat it. They'll just wait till the next day. They'll just go, well, I guess we'll all go hungry tonight. We'll look for food in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they discover there isn't any anyway. Just milk.
So the dad and Joshua, they're going to be heading into town.
Yeah, which is, again, everything's all cool between them two now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never mention that shit again. It's good, isn't it? Time is a great healer. Especially just overnight.
Yeah. After you just pissed all over the food.
Pissed all over the food, a bit of a ghost, and everything's okay again in the morning.
Drew, anyway, he gets picked up by the police and is taken into town by the sheriff with the greatest fucking... This is like a bad movie called name.
Yeah, I love his name. He actually introduces himself with his full name as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, which is?
I'm Sheriff Gene Freak.
That's such a good name, Gene Freak.
He says, are you hungry? He says, yeah, I am a bit. He says, here, eat this green shit sandwich.
Yeah.
He goes, thanks very much. And does.
As he drops him off in town...
Oh, this is good. I like this bit.
Drew says, hey, Sheriff, where do the girls around here go at night? And the sheriff just starts laughing his fucking bollocks
laughs in his face. He shuts the door. He's still laughing as he
drives.
Hear
it, can't you?
Yeah, you can hear him through the shut window and everything, just laughing as he drives away. Brilliant.
And the townsfolk, they sure are friendly.
Yeah, they're all still at the store, aren't
Yeah.
they? All these guys. Loads of them. Just all staring at him as he walks through the... I don't know. It's a little bit intimidating, you'd think.
And the friendliest of them all is the drugstore owner himself.
Yes, he's a very nice guy, isn't he?
He comes out, he couldn't look more fucking terrifying if he tried. And he turns up with his little hat just perched on the top of his head. Now, I did find out that the guy who played this man is called Don Packard, and he was in the Best Worst Movie documentary, and he said that he was in and out of a mental hospital during filming. And you can tell, can't you?
Yeah. I think he was in it at this point. Yeah. I think he'd escaped for this scene.
Can I help you?
Coffee.
There's no coffee here in Nilbog. It's the devil's drink.
Eggs. Bacon.
Are you crazy, boy? We're vegetarians here in Nilbog. Didn't you know that? Here's some Nilbog milk. Special milk. High in vitamin content. Here is free.
Free?
Of course it's free. We love tourists here in Nilbog. Try some, boy. And have some of your friends drink some also.
Thank you.
How do you think that scene went?
I think it went very well.
All above board?
Yep, seems reasonable.
Wouldn't be suspicious of that, man?
No, nice free milk. Yum, yum, thank you. I'll get straight back to the guys.
We meet now. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. It's something in a cowboy hat and a mustache.
Yeah, I think he's just reading something out to him, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all surround him as soon as he walks out the shop, don't they?
Yeah, the locals. And this cowboy guy comes up, he says, "Hey, you, your friend has a message for you." And he's like, "Who, Arnold?"
This is, "Hey, Arnold." No, it's a cartoon.
He said to meet him in the house that looks like an old church. He's like, "Well, I'm fucking only just turned up. I don't know where anything is." Why the fuck
He says, "Go through the woods. It's a mile away." I said, "Fair enough, then I will."
Yeah, I literally will not. Yeah, I'll just go.
In that case, that's exactly what I'll do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound weird. Not in any way at all.
We cut to little Kenneth, and he's in a flower pot.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
He's got like branches growing out of him and like around his face and stuff. The actor who played little Kenneth had to stand in that pot for 14 hours while they shot that scene.
I tell you who he does look like, and it isn't me. It's like a little Herbert West.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
I think he looks a bit like him. Like a very young Jeffrey Combs.
He does, yeah. The shops are shut anyway for sermon or something like that.
Yeah, that's when the dad and Joshua get there. Yeah, should have gone earlier because Drew got some fucking milk.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how long after because he was walking. I know he got a lift, didn't he, with Gene Freak.
Yeah, Sheriff
That's
Freak.
Sheriff Gene Freak to you.
So because it's shut, the dad just sits and reads a vegetable cookbook.
Yeah, very close to his face, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah.
Like, not sure why he'd be doing that. Where did you get that book from?
It's just on the side there.
Just outside the shop.
Yeah. He just lets his son just wander off in a strange town.
Yeah, this is a very odd bit now that he realises when he looks in the mirror, because he's looking in the car mirror, isn't he, to try and summon Grandpa Seth.
Yeah.
And whilst he's looking in there, he sees the town sign of Nilbog and realises, I don't know whether you have, listeners, but Nilbog is actually the word goblin backwards. Which somehow he sees, even though it's all in capital letters and doesn't look anything like the word goblin when it's backwards.
Is that even reflected in the thing? It's still backwards.
It doesn't look like it says goblin.
No.
It still doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, he works it all out and shouts at his dad, who's fallen fast asleep in record time.
Yeah,
He's only just got up.
I was going to say, it's breakfast.
He's just woken up. But that vegetable cookbook is so boring, he's fallen asleep as well, straight away. So he thinks, well, fuck it, I'll just go have a look at stuff.
We cut back to the house where the mom and the sister are, and Credence, she's turned up. She's at the farm, she's got a cake. She introduces herself.
It's a lovely looking cake, isn't it, with the word welcome.
Yeah, it's just white with green icing on it.
Yeah.
And because the mom says, you shouldn't have gone to so much trouble.
Yeah, I didn't. Look, I've only written welcome on a cake. It's fuck all trouble, that.
Yeah. Anyway, a sermon scene. Joshua.
She does see the daughter who says, I'm going over there.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, I'm going out for a walk.
And she says, oh, your daughter is so appetizing and evocative, which is a normal thing for you to compliment somebody's daughter on, I think.
Some teenage daughter.
I think that's okay that you're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Drew's in the woods, by the way. He's so sweaty that he's sweating a bit of green, so he has a bit of milk. And that's not very nice, because it's all like lumpy and shit.
Yeah, because there's nothing that quenches your thirst quite like milk when you're really thirsty.
Yum, yum, yum.
We got the sermon scene now, and Joshua, he's sneaking in. He sees the family from earlier, the one that they're house swapping with.
Yeah,
they're still there.
They're still there. They haven't gone anywhere. The preacher man.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Blood Delirium.
Yeah, he does. He looks very good, doesn't he? He looks a mix between Barry Gibb and David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
I thought.
And also Blood Delirium.
And whatever his name was, Vincent van Gogh guy.
Yeah.
He had a much better name than that.
And instead of saying, how am I supposed to paint? He's saying, hamburgers. He's like the child catcher.
Sausages.
He's like the child catcher, but with meat instead of lollipops. Steaks.
Yeah, and every time he reads one of these meat products out, everybody in the church goes, "Ugh,
Hot dogs
for sale." But where? But where? They all shout.
Right here.
Next to the beef burgers. No, that's a Vic and Bob.
The humans eat these, infecting themselves, creating incurable ailments, smelly bladders, vicious, stinky excrement.
Fucking vicious. Oh, stinky excrement. But vicious as well. Oh.
Smelly bladders. That was
Smelly bladders.
That was our punk rock band name, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Vicious Stinky Excrement was one of our albums.
Yeah.
Humans nourish themselves with these, violating their own bodies, infecting themselves, creating incurable ailments, smelly bladders, nest of infection, clusters of hemorrhoids, vicious, stinky excrement.
Joshua, he knocks some sort of... Is it a skateboard, I
It's
think?
a skateboard, yeah. He's precariously balanced his skateboard on the wood slat. And he just...
Was that his, or was that just there?
No, it's his. He was riding on it.
Was he?
Yeah.
Idiot.
He was really slow on it as well, like he'd never been on one before.
Yeah.
But, he's a kid, so he has to have one.
Yeah, just no natural talent for anything, this kid, by the
No.
look of him, except for speaking to elderly dead relatives.
Yeah, that he made up.
It alerts the townsfolk anyway, because the skateboard lands right in the middle of the sermon, and the reverend grabs him by the face. That made me laugh out loud.
Yeah, that's a good bit, isn't he?
'Cause that just happens out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just a hand straight through the ceiling into his face.
Just starts shaking his head violently. It's so funny. Anyway, Holly turns up at the RV and she says, "You've got to choose. I know we've only been going out for like probably a week, and my dad's threatened to eat your nuts on more than one occasion."
Well,
but
she has on his behalf. We don't ever know whether that was his threat or it was her threat, just to get Elliot to toe the line.
she says to choose between her and his friends.
Yeah, which he counters by saying, "I don't understand."
Yeah.
So she just punches him to the floor.
Yeah, right in the face.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
What do you reckon to that bit?
I don't like him, but I don't like her.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's really got any grounds to be doing this.
No.
I mean, it's not like... I don't know.
It's not like his mates are actual reprobates or anything.
I don't know what they're doing that stops
Yeah.
their relationship.
They're just normal kids.
They're just there.
Yeah,
and,
they're not...
And two of them are fucked off anyway.
They're not they're harmless. One's standing in a fucking flower pot as we speak.
Yeah, and the other one's been sick in the woods. They're not. And the other one's just naked, waiting for Elliot to get back to bed. Or something, I don't know.
Exactly, they're harmless, guys.
Yeah, they're not out there like chasing the ladies. Well, they are, but
But even if they are, so
they're
what?
not getting them. Yeah,
Fucking
they're not causing trouble. They're not my motorbike gang or anything like that.
Tough guys.
It's not Greece.
Not the country for any Greek
Yeah, for
listeners.
any of our Cypriots out there.
Yeah, exactly, guys. If you meet a girl and after a week she says you got to choose between me and your mates are just fucking geeks like these lot, get rid of the girl. Keep your geeky mates, because once she fucks off, they'll still be there for you.
And she will.
And she will.
Oh, yes.
Because they always fucking do, don't they?
You can take that to the bank.
And smoke it.
Yeah, right in there.
The blood bank.
Yeah, especially if they then punch you for it as well.
Yeah, just aggressive. Anyway, Nilbog fucking ice cream.
Yeah, yum yum. Looks delicious, doesn't it? Looks more like wallpaper paste, to be honest.
It does, yeah. PVA glue.
Yeah, it looks horrible.
Open your mouth, my little friend.
Sorry?
That's what Barry Gibbs says anyway.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. And then the whole town folk join in. It's like chanting it at him.
They try and force Joshua to eat the ice cream. There's some awful close-ups of goblins now.
Yeah.
The masks are shit. I don't know why you keep having
are.
such big close-ups of them.
Yeah, old bug-eyed Pete, he's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that look of total shock on his face, on the mask's face.
The dad turns up luckily to save him, and then the townsfolk try and pass it off.
Yeah, it's just a misunderstanding. We were just trying to give him some ice cream.
Yeah, he's got quite the imagination, your son.
Yeah.
He's like, you're telling me. He keeps on to his dead fucking granddad.
Yeah, and he never existed.
And then Joshua says, well, look at them. They've all got clover leaf moles on them.
Oh, yes. I remember you mentioning this.
And they all look sheepishly around and touch their moles on their faces and their hands and whatnot. And then he does tell the dad that Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards.
Yeah, they go that. So?
He doesn't really give a fuck about any of that.
Exactly, yeah. Why would he?
He just says, hey, why are you guys still here? Because the family are there. And they say, oh, car trouble, we're heading out tonight. And that's literally, I thought like, oh, maybe he's suspicious now, but he isn't,
No,
is
he's
he?
like, oh, okay then.
Yeah.
All right, see you then.
He isn't suspicious until literally he...
until he sees one.
Yeah, until literally he has to use a fire extinguisher on one.
And starts touching it up.
And he says, my son and I must be leaving now.
Which is weird that they just let him leave because they're all there. The whole 26 of them are there. They could have just overpowered him.
Yeah.
But they don't bother.
Well, the preacher, he explains this because he says, I mean, if this gets too scientific for you or too descriptive, Ken, let me know.
Okay, well, maybe I didn't understand this. That's why I missed it. Go for it.
He says, we need some time for some things to happen.
Ah. Oh, yes. Yeah. I didn't get that bit at the time.
No.
No, I was thinking... I don't understand why they don't just get him.
Yeah.
That's why.
They need some time for some things.
Ah, yes. Is it because we're only 40 minutes into the film? I thought, we'll need to pad this out for at least another half an hour.
Yeah. So we must have patience until tonight.
Yes.
Vague enough for you?
Yeah, I can't wait for tonight. It sounds like it's going to be an absolute shitstorm.
I love this line by the dad. He sounds like Yosemite Sam now. He says, Christ, your sister Holly is with that playboy son of a Cooper's. The fuck?
Yeah. So he's a playboy. Yeah, he's not though, is he?
He's not, no.
I've never seen anyone less like a playboy except young Kenneth, who's in a plant pot.
Yeah. Do you know who he reminds me of? The fucking boyfriend.
Who?
Millhouse from The Simpsons.
Old playboy by the Millhouse boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that playboy son of a Cooper's.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? I guess his last name's Cooper.
I think it's obviously the Cooper's boy.
Yeah, and they drive past and see Holly's beating the shit out of him anyway, and looks like someone's about to get their little nuts eaten.
Yeah, here he goes. Yeah, they swerve off onto the dirt track. Yeah, and it's the other guy, isn't it, who says, "Oh no, look out, guys!"
Yeah,
yeah, whoever he is, I don't know what his name is.
I don't know I don't know if his name's ever mentioned.
Oh, I've got his name. Sorry, he's Brent.
Brent. So
Brent.
Brent, Elliot,
Arnold, and Drew.
What a team!
Yeah, young hooligans, the
Yeah.
hooligan gang,
The Playboys, Arnold. Elliot says to to the dad as he turns up, "Listen, Mr. Waits, we need to have a serious talk."
He's got some balls.
Little balls that are about to be eaten. The dad says, "You want to have a serious talk? You'll have to forget about your friends and come to our house, otherwise you can forget about Holly." It's like, why?
Yeah, will you all stop making this ultimatum to him?
I want to know what the friends have done.
Don't know, not much.
No.
Not much yet. We've seen him.
Yeah, exactly. Elliot does end up going with them and leaves his last mate behind just on his own.
Yeah.
And he sort of whines about it.
He does. He whimpers, doesn't he? Well, are you going to leave me here all on my own?
Yeah.
He's like, yes, I have to. And he's just like, what am I going to do?
But then Elliot replies like pathetically as well.
Yeah. It's like, oh, fucking hell. I don't know. Maybe that's why we're not supposed to like his friends, because they're all shit.
Yeah.
Imagine he just can't think of anything to do. Have a wank. There you go. There you go. That's 5 minutes taken off, isn't it?
It probably would have happened if this was Night Killer, but
yeah. Thing is, right? They've all gone on this holiday. These guys. They haven't got any beers. They haven't taken anything at all that you naturally assume guys would take either. So
beers.
Yeah, just beers, really. Yeah, so, to be honest, I said anything.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just beers, isn't it? But yeah, they've not taken any beers or anything, so they're hardly
eggs.
They're hardly the most hardcore of all gangs.
They're not a gang.
They've
Look
not
at
got
Arnold,
anything.
for fuck's sake.
They've not taken anything. You go to the shop to buy something.
Drew wears a fucking American flag bandana, but like the way a girl wears a bandana. Ridiculous.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Yeah. Anyway, they do leave him on his own.
Yeah, speaking of American flag Drew, he stumbles into the house of, what the fuck was her name? Eunice? Credence. And he sees little Kenneth, which is nice. It's nice for him to, reunite.
Yeah, he's still stood in the pot.
Tries to help him out by dragging the pot.
Yeah, drag my pot out.
Yeah.
That's what he says, which is a horrible line.
Ends up ripping the sort of branches out of his mouth.
Yeah, he pulls the mask off, doesn't he? And it looks like the mask from the film The Mask as well. It's like a wooden mask. He rips that off his
jaw, mouth area.
So he can speak and actually tell him what to do. And he says, just pull me out. Out. And then Credence gets home.
Yeah.
And finds them.
Backhands Drew.
Yeah, straight away. Have a bit of that.
Right into the bed.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah. She punishes little Ken by cutting him down with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I quite like the appearance of a chainsaw. She goes, you must be punished. And then we get a chainsaw. And I was like, oh, yeah, go on.
And little Ken starts laughing.
Yeah, because she says it'll only be a tickle. And it seems to be because he's laughing.
Meanwhile, there's a full-scale hoedown going on at the farm.
God, this. If I got home and saw this, I'd just leave again. Straight away.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't just weirdos. Even if it was, even if it was just, it was like a proper, we're all being friendly thing, I would still just get back in the car and fuck off. I would not go in the house for this. I'd be like, oh no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And leave.
Yeah.
I'd drop the kids. Yeah, there you go. You go in. Tell your mom I'm just going to go away somewhere else. Yeah, she'd understand. She'd know.
Speaking of the mom, she turns up and her eyes are wider than I've ever seen another human's eyes.
Yeah, they're almost like the Undertaker.
Yeah.
She's like flipped back over her own head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the town folk. They're having a singing and a dancing, a whooping and a hollering.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole house is full of fucking people.
And she notices that Elliot's with them, and she says, "What are you doing here, Elliot?" And Holly says, "Mom, Elliot's part of the family now." And she says, "Oh, Elliot," and pinches his cheek,
strokes his face and everything.
And she's fine now.
What the hell's wrong with you all?
The priest, he turns up, Barry Gibb. He's doing the Saturday Night Fever dance towards them. He apologises for earlier.
Yes, it was a misunderstanding that we would kidnap your child and trying to force some shit down his throat.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but the mask slips instantly when he shouts, "Dance, my children!
Dance and eat!" Yeah, which is normal.
Yeah.
It's a totally normal thing for somebody to shout at grown-ups.
It does seem like most of this film is Joshua shouting about not eating food, and then the dad sending him to his room. Because that's what happens now. The dad's just like, get the fuck to bed.
Yeah, because he's just like, no, don't you see? They're all monsters. And it's like, just fuck off to bed, Joshua, you little twat. Yeah, but we'll be all right in the morning. Don't you worry, kidder. We'll go and shoot some ball or shoot a couple of hoops.
We'll read the vegetable cookbook together.
Yeah, it'll all be good in the morning. But for now, go away before I murder you, you little shit.
Or I'll piss on your hospitality. How about that?
Yeah, right on there.
He asks for Grandpa Seth in there anyway, Joshua, when he gets to bed, and a fucking goblin flies out instead of the mirror.
It's not Seth. Not Seth at all.
The grandpa turns up and cuts the goblin's hand off with an axe. Then it jumps back through the mirror. The mirror's glass.
Yes, the reverse footage, which looks terrible.
And it turns out that was Credence.
It was, yeah. That's weird, isn't it? We also intercut with this, with the whole family sat in a line downstairs in what for the main time is their own living area.
Yeah.
So they're sat in a line on chairs whilst the entire town folk stand around them clapping at them.
Yeah.
And staring at them.
You see the drugstore owner, he's in the background clapping.
Even the family at this point look like, well, this is fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but none of them seem to say anything about that. None of them seem to say, I'm just going to get up and go over there a bit. This is just too weird.
Yeah.
No, they're just sat there just like, Okay.
Sort of side-eyeing each other.
Yeah,
aren't they?
just kind of like, okay, this is happening then.
Yeah, Credence actually grows her hand back because she appears in her own house screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, she regenerates, doesn't she?
Through the power of Stonehenge.
Yeah, you know the power it's got. Yeah. Also, thankfully, Grandpa Seth, after he's cut the hand off, he's not just gone again, he's hanging about. And he says, "You must move quickly to put out the fire." Now,
We didn't start the fire.
And Joshua says, "What fire?" And he says, "Yes." And at this point, the ghost of Grandpa Seth gives Joshua a very real Molotov cocktail and says the time has come to burn your house down. It's like, if anyone else, right, if any other kid had been going around saying all this is happening and done that, he would be locked away because he's dangerous.
Yeah, my dead grandfather told me to burn my house
burn
down.
the house down while everyone in town's in it. Yeah, you get locked away for that, Joshua.
I like how he gets Joshua to light it and throw it whilst he has the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, he says, "I'll cause confusion with this." He's like, what? That's the fire extinguisher, Grandpa. That's the opposite of what I'm going to be doing. How are you going to cause confusion with that? Just like walk about with it, and everyone will be like, "Why has he got a fire extinguisher?
I've got a floating fire extinguisher."
Oh no, we're all burning to death.
Yeah.
That was distracted us long enough.
Unfortunately, the plan doesn't come to fruition because Barry Gibb, as he so often has in the past, foils it.
Yeah, there he is. He appears.
He takes the Molotov cocktail off Joshua, orders Grandpa back to hell or some shit.
Yeah, he does some sort of spell, doesn't he, with his green eyes that he suddenly has for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I thought he'd turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that'd have been great. Imagine Hasselhoff as the Incredible Hulk, as Banner. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? No offence to Mr. Bixby, of course. Did a great job. Terrified the shit out of me.
Grandpa, he falls to the floor clutching his chest. Unconfirmed if that was actually happening or not.
I think that was a figment of your imagination.
Yeah, not scripted. Anyway, the old bastard, he ain't done yet, and he sends a flash of lightning down, and it strikes the bottle in the hand of Barry Gibb, who up to this point was in fact staying alive.
Nice.
And sets him fully on fire.
Yeah, and he goes...
He's like...
Yeah, he does that for about 10 minutes. No, it's not that long, obviously.
Imagine if you're the dad in this bit now and you go outside, you see Joshua standing there.
Your son stood there with a fire extinguisher and the priest's on fire.
Fully on fire.
Literally everybody else in the village is in the house except your son and the preacher, and now one of them's on fire. Yeah, still, never mind that. Give me that fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I mean, at first he just stands there and that's what happened. He didn't help him.
He's just fully on fire.
He's just looking out the window as the priest burning to death.
Yeah, what was that?
There's a great voiceover work by the priest actor as well there at that point. The dad puts him out anyway with a fire extinguisher. And turns out, after the flames have gone, that it's the corpse of a goblin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Up steps Gene Freak now. Remember him? He's back.
The sheriff, yeah.
He said, "He was one of us, and you killed him. Now it's your turn." They back away anyway, the family. It's nice of the townsfolk to let them, because they were circled, but...
yeah, they just allow them to back away. Into the house now.
You got Credence, she's doing some witchcraft shit in her place.
Yeah, praying to some bollocks.
And then she turns and looks normal, like a normal person. Before, like, she was like sort of heavy makeup around her eyes and like black lipstick and shit, wasn't it?
I thought in this point she actually looked a bit like Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nighttime. See, it's suddenly nighttime and she's all sexy.
Sheriff Freak demands the family eat sandwiches as they surround the house.
With the threat, or we will kill you violently. It's not usually a threat attached to that, is it, with sandwiches? Imagine that every time you bought a sandwich. You go to Subway.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy, or we will kill you violently. We're like, okay.
The crazy drugstore guy says something about vinegar now. Well, what the fuck
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
He talking about?
I think that was his real life medication talking. Yeah, we just ignore the vinegar stuff.
There's sandwiches for tonight in here. It will go easier if you eat them. You'll make our work easier. Otherwise, we'll be forced to kill you violently.
It would be a shame. The blood would mix with the meat, and we'd have to put them in vinegar for the whole night.
Holly asks Elliot to do something, and I thought, oh, maybe this is where he's going to stop being so pathetic. No, he says, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
And that's it.
Thanks very much, yeah.
For the 800th time, Joshua calls out for Grandpa Seth.
Yeah, we need Grandpa Seth.
And I like how the parents at this point are still telling him that he's dead.
Yeah.
Fucking
Fucked
hell.
off, for God's sake, not again.
Holly asks the question, Ken. Just how do you get your grandfather to come?
What?
That's what she says.
That's what she's asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know out there how you do that, let us know. Email badmoviecult@gmail.com.
Well, everyone has a good think about it. And in fact, as it turns out, it's actually Holly that comes up with the solution. She does know how.
Well, how's that?
A seance.
You're a genius, big sister, is
Thank
what he
you.
says.
Yeah.
You know, when you refer to your siblings as like older or big sister.
Yeah, because that's their relationship to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's natural, isn't it?
Like on the phone to them, and you say, "Oh, hello, sister."
Hello there, big sister from the city. That's how you get that across in a film without actually having to do the backstory.
Well, you are my big sister, of course, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh, dear God, what can we do?
We don't even have enough weapons to defend ourselves.
Do something, Elliot, please.
I don't know what to do.
We need Grandpa Seth here.
Joshua, Grandpa Seth is dead.
I know he's dead, but up till now he's been the one helping us. But how do we get him to come? By holding a seance, maybe? You're a genius, big sister.
What did you say the last friend's name was?
Brent.
Brent. He's just been watching TV all day, Brent has, waiting for Elliot to get back into bed with him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got his shirt open, though, so I'd imagine he's had a wank, hasn't he?
Yeah. It's a telltale sign.
You know, a little bit of undress.
It cuts on the TV to Credence. She's walking down like a dirt road with some, I guess, sexy music.
I think it is, yeah. It's kind of like jazzy style, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like full Monty music, like stripping music. I totally forgot about the corn scene until I watched this.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like this scene's just been padding out the time because it's massively irrelevant to everything, and you know the house thing, stuff's going on. There's actually things happening, so it's not like it's just a lull in action.
She told him to let her into the RV, and she says, "Oh no, I can hear you. This isn't just a program." I mean, if that happens, you're not letting people into the RV. But because he's a teenage boy, of course he will, because she's got a corn cob in her hand, you see.
Yeah, and that is exactly what he likes.
Teenagers go wild for corn cobs.
They certainly do, especially Brent.
That was a headline I saw in a newspaper.
Yeah, it was one of those satanic panic messages, wasn't it, from the Christian church?
Corn Cob Weekly. She throws him on the bed when they get into the RV and offers him up the corn. And he says, "Actually, I like popcorn." And she says, "No problem. All we have to do is heat it up."
Oh, yeah.
Then they have it like Lady in the Tramp style. Well, no, that'd be lengthways, wouldn't it?
Just eating the middle. You're like just choking on it. Yeah.
That's a very different film.
Yeah, she was all right. She took the whole thing. No offense, Deborah.
Yeah. So, so she's one side of the corn cob. You know, how you eat a normal corn cob. Like She's one side, he's the other. They start eating the corn cob. She's lying on top of him.
Yeah,
and as they,
she's got it in her little holster on her like a garter, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's holstering corn cobs.
Yeah, she also puts it in the band of her dress, like Elvira does with a little knife. Anyway, as they start eating it, popcorn just randomly starts popping all around them.
Music comes back on, and people just throw popcorn at them.
Yeah.
Whilst they're up to no good.
What the fuck was that scene? And that's the end of the scene.
Point? What? Corn cob sex.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
There was an old farmer that lived near me. That was his name.
Yeah, you used to visit, didn't you? You got told not to by the parents, but you still went.
I did like popcorn. Seance, anyway. We got a seance.
Look at those candles.
Yeah, that would have took a long time, wouldn't it?
It would have, wouldn't it? Because they're not even stood in candle holders. They've been melted to the table. And they're all shit as well. They're all really cheap candles.
Plus there's shitloads of them.
Yeah, and there's about 30 of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the tables had a birthday.
Yeah, it's rubbish. What's the point of doing that? Why don't you just get about 3? That'd have been easier.
Yeah, all the townsfolk are still waiting outside as well. And Seth turns up and says that they only have 10 minutes until he disappears forever.
I know, yeah.
I don't know why. Why
I'm
is
not
that
sure
a thing?
either, no. I mean, I looked at that and there's still 20 minutes left of the film, so that's really bad timing, isn't it?
It says, together we can destroy the magic stone that gives the goblins their power. You know the one.
Yeah, that stone.
Yeah. Joshua faints, turns into a goblin that chases the family around the house.
Yeah, goblin attack.
It's like Scooby-Doo, this bit.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And Joshua ends up waking up in Credence's house and is attacked by another goblin.
Yeah, you got both houses, and both have got attacks going on simultaneously.
Luckily, Seth turns up again, even though he only had 10 minutes or whatever, and saves him.
It's still within the 10 minutes, I checked. Yeah, in the family house, Michael, the dad, has successfully pushed the same troll down the stairs twice.
Yeah.
And some of these trolls now are not actually dwarves in suits. I think this one was both times, because that just made me laugh. He's got just a dwarf pushing him down the stairs.
Why would you run away?
I don't know. Well, there's lots of them. In fairness, there is a lot of them.
Just kicking a fucking little goblin.
And these little nuts.
Yeah.
Eat them,
He'd
Michael.
eat them, wouldn't he?
Eat them. Yeah, but some of them aren't even dwarves. Some of them are like grown men in suits. They're the same size. But anyway, enough of that one. Let's get back to Grandpa and Joshua.
He's got a backpack. He gives Joshua a backpack.
Yeah. After a ridiculous smile at the fact that he's just knocked one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, take this. You can only take out the content when you really need it.
Yeah. That's just some great dialogue, that is, yeah.
It's like something that'd be read out in court.
Yeah, that was the quickest way to say it, wasn't it?
There it is, the Stonehenge magic stone, the goblin's magic power. You know, all goblins get their power from Stonehenge.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
So what have they got to do here? A puzzle? Some sort of quest, as it were?
Well, close. What they've got to do is touch it.
Oh.
And that's the end of that. They just touch the stone.
That's literally, that's
it.
it.
That's what they need to do.
Just pull a corn cob out of it or something?
we go back to the corn cobs now.
Go on.
Because she's leaving the RV after absolutely pointlessly and needlessly seducing a kid called Brent.
Did you say a gimp?
Might as well have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he spits popcorn out of his mouth and says, please, no more popcorn. Then she looks in the mirror, then she screams.
Yeah, because she loses her sort of youth, doesn't she? She's gone all pale again with... What happens to popcorn fuck?
We never know. We never see him again.
So he survives,
I
guess.
He survives because he wakes up, spits a bit of popcorn out.
So what the fuck was the point of her...
There wasn't any point at all. It was totally needless. She didn't get anything from it. All he got was some corn cob up the arse, and, so he was happy. And, some say he's still out there now in the RV, because Elliot doesn't go home in the RV, does he?
No.
And it was his, so he's stuck in it, Brent.
Elliot's too busy whimpering, saying, please, let's talk. We're all humans here, as the goblins are,
which
closing
again is
in.
a stupid thing to say to things that clearly aren't humans.
Yeah. But with Credence losing her youth and then screaming, the goblins are alerted to
It's
it.
the first time we see a goblin speak, and it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, "Our queen."
Yeah.
Or some bollocks.
Yeah, and they disappear out of the house.
Yeah, literally just vanish immediately, all of them. It's just like a cut scene where they're just not there anymore. Not even like slow vanishing or anything. It's just suddenly like, boink, gone.
Joshua says nothing's happened.
It's just because they're touching the stone and absolutely nothing's happening.
Yeah. He says, something's happened. I'm leaving. Remember, it's only the power of goodness that can defeat goblins. Goodbye forever. And fucking that's it, he's gone.
I like that as soon as he vanishes, Credence turns up, grabs Joshua, throws him to all the trolls, the goblins, and it's just like that. Well, that didn't go well, did it? Seth, you bastard.
Yeah, trying to force him to eat some green shit.
When he hang about for 11 minutes or something, it was, this is terrible timing.
Anyway, it's time to use whatever's inside this bag.
Yeah, no, he said use it whenever you need it. It's like about 2 minutes later, he needs it straight away. So what's the point of all that?
So we find out what's in the bag, and I like to call what is in the bag a double-decker Steve Gutenberg.
Yes, it is. It's the double-decker bologna sandwich.
Here he is.
Only Gutenberg can save us now. Yeah, and here he is. She's not happy. She's like, no!
Yeah.
Nobody expects Gutenberg.
Yeah, but she's saying stuff like the salt intake or whatever.
Yeah. Imagine your
the
cholesterol.
nitrates. Yeah.
That's Gutenberg for you.
Yeah, you got to watch your cholesterol when you're around Steve Gutenberg. That's for sure. He starts eating it, and all the goblins and Credence start, fucking about, basically.
Yeah, just like panicking and shit.
Despite none of them being there before, the whole family turn up now, and they all know where he was, and they all put their hand on the stone for no reason. No one's told them to.
Yeah, he says concentrate, even though not sure about what they're concentrating on.
Yeah.
Nobody says what they're thinking about. There's no explanation as that. We don't need to know. Just concentrate on something.
One goblin does the James Bond henchman fall, and you shoot someone, they go flying over the railings, like Space Mutiny.
Yeah, it's good, that.
One of the goblins does that for some reason.
It's because they're all touching the stone and concentrating on something.
Yeah.
Lightning is striking all over the place.
Credence starts bleeding.
Yeah, this is the bit I liked, actually, when she starts bleeding
This
green and stuff.
Yeah. This kind of looks almost Prometheus.
Yeah, it looks a bit scary, doesn't it? It looks a bit more like a horror film.
Because she's got sort of blood and the green stuff all like dripping down her face, and like all her lips are all cracking all around her mouth.
I quite like this bit.
And Credence and all the goblins, they all die.
Yeah, and that's the end of that.
And I love the quick cut of them then just pulling into the driveway.
Yeah, they've just all gone home. Yeah, they've just got home. And that's the end. That's cool. That's that bit finished.
Yeah, I also love the dad saying he's got to go to the office.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck would you go to the office?
He's supposed to be away for a month. When he got back like the next day, what has he got to go to the office for? As far as they're concerned, he's away for a month.
Yeah.
So what the hell do they need him for there today? Anyway, that's his excuse. He's probably just got to go down nearest bar, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just have a few drinks.
Elliot, he has to go home. Holly says that she's going to go with him.
Yeah, so he's there. So he hasn't gone back in the RV, which means Brent is still just in the RV.
And Mom and Joshua, they're staying at home to eat a delicious shiny red apple.
Oh, yes, that's what she does, yeah.
And he says, I think I'll go to bed. And then the mom says, good idea, I'll have a shower first. It's like, steady on, Mom. What the fuck's this? Pornhub all of a sudden.
Yeah, she's got some corn on the cob stashed away in the fridge.
He thanks his grandpa in the mirror anyway, as we all do.
Yeah. He doesn't reply, as they never do.
And he hears whispering.
Yeah, he's got a Michael Keaton Batman picture on his wall at this point.
Yet another reference to Batman. Every single
just in case anyone was wondering, would we mention it? Yeah, he's got a poster on his wall.
Brilliant.
Batman and Superman.
He goes downstairs.
Yeah, he's got noises. He hears noises. What is that?
And a baseball. That comes down the stairs after him, and he reads it.
And this is a weird thing to be writing on anything, isn't it?
Yeah, this is one of Ken's films. It's yummy. Mom is so good.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed making that one. Better than granddad's sex. You know, I had to pay the bills.
Anyway, Joshua, he runs upstairs to the shower to see that it's streaked in green liquid. Someone's like set fairy liquid, like dropped the fucking fairy liquid or something.
Oh, that'd be awful, wouldn't it, in the shower?
Yeah.
Never go down the bloody plug, that.
No. He runs downstairs to see the goblins are eating his mum's tits on the kitchen table.
Yeah, which is like that film. Mummy is so good.
Yeah.
That was a scene from that.
If anyone remembers Deadly Illusions, there's a bit of that going on there, so no one's wiping their mouth afterwards.
No, quite the opposite. It's dripping. Yeah, it's just like they're just eating her. She's just laid on the table. It's not her, obviously. It's a dummy. Well, no, it might be. You don't see her face, is what I'm saying.
The tits are sodden.
Yeah. Yeah, so it might be hers. No offence, Margot.
Do you want some, Joshua? And that's not a fighting talk.
No.
That's a goblin saying, do you want to eat your mother?
Yeah, do you want some of your mum's tits?
Another one of Ken's films. That was the sequel. That was the sequel to Mom is so Good, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, what do we finish on?
Screams into the camera.
Yeah, just a lengthy... while the camera gets really, really close to his face.
Then we fade to black, the credits roll, and that's the end of Troll 2.
They're eating my mom.
Do you want some, Joshua?
So, Ken, this is the second time we've recorded this fucking thing.
Yep, it is, yeah.
After having watched it probably more times than you've ever wanted to watch this film.
Yeah, that was the third time I think I've seen that.
Do you think your opinion has changed on this film from then till now, or do you think you've largely got the same conclusions from it?
I think...
After also having seen Night Killer as well.
I think the first time I watched it, I enjoyed it more. But no, I still think it's fun. It's bloody terrible, I'll give it that. And it doesn't make any sense. What are the shamrock things on their faces?
What's
the point of that? What's the point of that? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Because if that's what if you're thinking it's because of Stonehenge, it really is not.
Nothing. It's like
it's not really
Halloween
anything to do.
3, isn't it?
Yeah. I think maybe that's what they were getting at.
Yeah.
They were thinking, oh yeah, he was Irish, he got Celtic. It was Stonehenge. Like, he's not actually anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Stonehenge he's not there.
Yeah.
But, maybe that was what they were getting at with that one. Never explained it for us. Never needed to, I suppose. Other than that, yeah, it's just shit. Enjoyable shit.
This or Night Killer? If you're introducing someone to the works of this madman director and his wife, which one would you be? Would it be Troll 2?
Night Killer.
Oh, Night Killer.
I like Night Killer, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know what the reasoning behind it would be, but yeah, that's what I'd do.
Corn cob sex?
No, thank you. We've got a podcast to record.
Well, might as well move on to the film pitch then, I guess.
I always appreciate the offer.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Okay, so kind of got an idea, but what have you got?
Have you? I didn't think you got anything.
just had a thought about it then.
Okay.
But it's kind of... I'm interested in what you're thinking first.
Okay, well, I've got a couple of options. My first one is a tower block. Like a block of apartments attacked by creatures that travel in the sewers and the pipes.
Critters.
Yeah. I don't know. Do they do that?
I think so.
I've not seen Critters. I've got the whole box set. I've never watched any of them.
Yeah, or also that Cronenberg film.
Yeah. Shivers.
That's it. Yeah,
they're zombies.
Yeah, kind of similar.
Demons too. That was a zombies as well. Zombies in a tower block. You're right. I'm not
Attack
saying,
the
I'm not saying,
block.
I'm not saying I've made up a tower block. I've not invented tower blocks. I know
I
they
thought you were
exist.
saying that, Ken. I thought that's exactly what you were
I know
saying.
they exist, but I'm bringing in like.
Hey, I'm just thinking about the complaints. Dear Bad Movie Cult, when oh when will you realise that Ken didn't invent tower blocks?
Well, maybe I did. Or a prison. I didn't invent prisons either. I'll admit that before we start.
Bears in a prison?
Yeah, I know we've done bears in a prison. But that's why I came up with a tower block. Because I don't think we've had a tower block one. But I know we've done a prison one. But it's not bears. You're not going to get bears in the bloody sewer pipes, are you?
You might do.
Get a bear turning up out of the toilet bowl.
I kind of like that idea, though, now that you've
Bears
said
in
it.
a toilet bowl.
Okay, well, I like the tower block idea.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going. I was thinking, first of all, obviously, I'd go for a location.
Are we rounding it back and having it as goblins attacking a tower block?
I've either got Trolls 3, and then I've got High Rise Hell, or High Rise Horror, Terror Towers, or Shitter Critters. Those are just the only ones I've come up with.
Do you reckon Troll 3? Maybe we could have the kid from this film as an adult, as the character.
Let me see. Where is he? Michael Paul Stevenson.
Maybe not. Maybe recast him, but have the character.
Oh, okay. I was just going to see what else he's done.
So I reckon the same character.
Yeah.
So Joshua.
Okay, so we're sticking with Joshua, but we're going to be looking for someone else on this, yeah?
I reckon a cameo from the dad.
Oh, yes.
Get him in as well. Joshua's living in a high-rise, like he's in the middle. You know, like Gremlins 2?
Yeah.
Like that. It's set in like a city. It's like a really like... he's obviously gone on to do very well.
Is it a luxury apartments you're
Luxury
going for?
apartments.
Yeah, I was thinking luxury apartments.
Yeah.
I did think like a tenement block and all that stuff, but I was thinking, no, luxury apartments.
Yeah.
Gives us more scope.
Yeah. So he's there, and the trolls have reorganised their efforts, and now they're attacking his apartment block. We need to recast Joshua, and I'm thinking...
Go on, who you got?
Elijah Wood.
Oh, yes.
He likes this sort of shit, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Yeah.
We'll get the dad back. He can cameo.
As the same character as well, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He's in.
He lives there with his wife. The sister's not in it because she just annoyed me too much. She's just married with Elliot somewhere and she beats him up.
You can mention it if you want.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could go on the phone, can't he, and say, hello there, big sister.
Yes.
Yeah. Big sister Holly. How is your husband called Elliot?
Restraining order.
That
Nice.
kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when Mom died and I got to see her like dripping tits. I'll say stuff like that on the phone.
Yeah, and that's when Dad turns up. Dripping tits.
Yeah, he lives with them. He's sort of...
What? I don't want him living with him. Is he bedridden?
No.
Is he active? In a wheelchair?
No.
He's got to be old.
He's old.
But he's still active.
But he's still... The mind's still there. He's a retired dentist.
Okay.
Now we need to fill this tower block with characters.
Yes.
So who are we thinking?
Have
we already got the security guard, haven't we?
Who's that?
Carl Weathers.
Are you going, oh, yes. Yeah, because it's high class, isn't it?
Yeah, you have a team of security guards and he's sort of the main man.
Chief
security guard, Carl Weathers.
Security chief Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether they'd call in the cops, you see.
They will, but he's inside, you see, Carl Weathers.
Okay.
He's got two security guards.
Yep, go on.
Security guard fine and dandy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's good to be back. Will there be rape?
Let's find out.
There's only one way to find out.
Corn cob rape.
Let's pitch.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
We've got a model, female model that lives there
yes.
as well.
Oh, yeah, I like the sound of that straight away.
Who do you want to cast for that?
I'll take anyone. Literally.
I
don't know who's
Denise Richards.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would definitely take Denise Richards.
Yep.
Yeah.
She plays succulent pulled pork. Is a hyphened last name.
Succulent pulled pork. Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
From Denise. I better put Richards in as well. I've only written Denise like I know her.
Yeah, well, you do. Obviously, you're going to have a bit of trouble keeping with the restraining order and whatnot. You have to work different days, I guess.
It's okay. It's okay. I think she's probably forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been good.
We've got an actor.
Oh.
He lives there as well.
Okay.
It's Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. I was thinking Danny Trejo, but I was thinking of as a gangster, obviously. A drugs...
Or a chef.
A drug chef.
A drug chef, yes.
A chef who
a gangster
also...
that lives there.
Who also
in the
deals
high-rise.
with, yeah.
I like that. Mexican cartel.
Yeah, because he's got the money, you see.
Yeah.
So he's living that. That's his respectable front.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his name as well. Danny Trejo as respectable front.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's ever pieced that together and thought, hang on a minute. Unless you had another idea for a name of a Mexican gangster.
I've got Pablo Midnight.
Ah. Okay. I like that one.
Pablo Midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need somebody else then to play the character of respectable front.
Steve Merchant. As the chef.
Yes.
The very tall chef.
Yeah.
Little nod to Dark Place.
Cooking chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, Pablo Midnight. I'll have to do little double arrows here. I've put Pablo Midlands.
That's played by Timothy Spall. And then we've got a French actor.
Gerard Depardieu.
I'm thinking Vincent Cassel.
Oh, imagine getting him.
Yeah, I think
You
we
think
can
he'll do
now.
it? You
I
think he'll be
so.
in? You think we've been doing this long enough now that
I think so.
that Vincent Cassel will join us?
He's your mate, isn't he? So
I suppose. I think he's done a couple that we've already put, but only as little bit parts.
Yeah.
Who's he in this one?
He plays Oué LeBeouf.
Nice. Question mark at the end of his name? Was it just a statement?
I think most French people do have that, don't they?
I don't know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's a crazy language.
We've got a professional American...
What does he do?
Oué LeBeouf.
Is he an actor?
French
You
actor.
said an actor, yeah.
We've got a professional American football player.
Yeah.
Played by...
Is he a current football player? Or
Could be ex.
Are you going retired?
I was thinking LL Cool J, get him back.
Yeah, it'd be good. Be good to see him again.
Yeah. All right, I've got two names.
Go on then.
We've got Randy Philadelphia or BJ Surprise.
It's BJ Surprise all day long.
Yeah.
I do enjoy a BJ Surprise.
Well, we all do.
Yeah, he's in.
Then last but not least, we've got a bodybuilder, Mr. Universe Customer, played by the Mountain.
Is that his name? Mr. Universe Customer?
No, he's played by the Mountain.
Again? Jesus, he's in here a lot now. He's very, very happy working with us, isn't he?
Or would you want to go someone else for that? I can't think of bodybuilder.
He's not a bodybuilder, is he? He's more of a weightlifting strongman, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bodybuilder, you have to look for the...
Maybe world's strongest man then.
How about we just have him as... I don't know. Do we have to have him as the world's strongest man? Arnie has never, ever played anybody like deliberately strong, did he?
I want to get the Mountain in for this role because the name is kind of...
Well, we can have him in, but I
Icelandic.
don't... Just his...
Or Swedish.
His role, his profession.
What would you...
A vet. Veterinarian.
Okay.
Yeah? Or florist. I just want something, like Kindergarten Cop, something where he's massive, but he doesn't have to be.
Okay,
he
then.
just is.
Yeah.
Which one are you going for? Veterinarian.
Florist. I like florist more.
I was going to say that, but then you see, we've got the doctor aspect of he can see to anyone who's got injuries.
Right.
If he's a veterinarian.
Yeah, good call.
I'll put Mountain, so I don't have to write his full name. So
It's like Bjornsson something, isn't it? Last name's Bjornsson.
I think every bit of his name's got Bjorn in it.
Yeah.
Stigern Bjorn Bjornsson.
He plays Anos Fasse. It's ANU with an umlaut.
Yeah.
S.
Yeah.
The last name is FACE with a accent.
Okay. Is at any point do we get to see that written down? Is it on the, is it
That's on, yeah, you know when you buzz.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
on the buzzer
Yeah.
platform? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
And then one more. We got a stand-up comedian.
Oh, bloody hell. There's a bit of light humour then as well.
Yeah,
that
we
we're
got
going
a
for. Go on
yeah.
then. Is he quick with a quip?
He is.
Is that is that his tagline?
Mm-hmm.
Go on then, who is it?
Got to think of it. I want him to be Irish. I want an Irish. He's got an Irish name here. Although there's a lot of Americans who say they're Irish, and
There's
they're
not
not are
Irish
they?
Americans. That's why.
Yeah, so maybe he just needs to be American. Bill Burr.
Really? Think he'll do this?
Not sure. That's the
I
only one I
dunno.
can think of that's sort of ginger who could potentially pass as an Irish American. He's from Boston, isn't he?
What about Sheamus from the WWE?
It's not overly hilarious, is he?
He looks a bit silly. No offence, Sheamus. Don't come and give me that kick. A special kick.
Ed Byrne.
Yeah. He's too Irish.
It's going completely the opposite way, isn't it? Warwick Davis.
Dara.
Dara O'Brien.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
He's happy-go-lucky. He's got a
Think
big
he can
old
act?
smiley
Oh,
face.
I'll tell you, Ardal O'Hanlon.
Ardal O'Hanlon, of course. I was going to say it's either him or Graham Norton.
Could also be Graham Norton.
Who's got more pull on the box
Graham
office,
Norton.
you think?
Yeah.
Should we have him?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ardal. Okay, so Graham Norton as...
He's also got a hyphened name.
Okay, go for it.
His name is Howdy.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, that's a good name, that. Has he changed it for a stage name, or is he just sticking with his real name?
His name's not Howdy. It's Hello.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I like it then. That's a solid cast. I'm pleased with that.
Maybe we could have Ardal as his husband.
He's in.
Christ bejesus is his name. And obviously, we need someone for Joshua's wife.
I want a black woman.
For the pitch, or...
I'll just leave it open. We'll see what happens.
I want another one of your films.
Yeah. I think everything I said there was one of my films.
Whoopi Goldberg?
Elijah Wood married to Whoopi Goldberg. Maybe someone a bit younger. Someone a bit younger than Whoopi. Is there anyone younger than Whoopi Goldberg?
Is Morgan Freeman younger than Whoopi Goldberg?
I think she is, yeah.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
What about Kerry Washington?
I don't know who it is, but I'm accepting it.
Django.
Kelly
Unchained.
Clarkson.
It's not fucking black. Isn't she? No. White as a ghost.
The fuck's Kelly Clarkson?
Sang
Who was in Freddy vs. Jason?
Kelly Rowlands.
That's him.
Beyonce. No, we can't get Beyonce, can
Jesus,
we?
you lunatic.
There's no way, is there? Kerry Washington. She was Jamie Foxx's missus in Django.
Yep, can't remember it, but yeah, okay. She's in.
She plays Veruca.
Veruca Waits.
And obviously he's little Joshua Waits.
Yep. Still called Little Joshua as well.
And
it's
her-
Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
It's a powerful cast.
It is.
Just got to live up to it now with the actual movie that we've not even started talking about.
Maybe one of the other characters brings back something to the flat that then infects the whole tower block.
Could it be a small piece of Stonehenge? Or are we just discounting the whole thing?
Could it be a green corn on the cob?
Nilbog milk?
Yes.
From the store?
Mm.
Is that acceptable?
Yes, but we don't want Joshua. He's the hero, so he can't be drinking
He can't
it.
be drinking it. He's
We need to recast Uncle Seth as well, because he's going to be in this.
Grandpa Seth.
Whatever.
Okay. So, what, does somebody go and buy milk for the whole tower block?
No, just for them, but then they get infected. That draws the goblins to the tower block.
Who?
Maybe Anus Face.
The veterinarian.
Well, no, we need him, actually.
We got to keep him. It's Stephen Merchant. He's a chef.
Yeah.
He'd have milk, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Chefs for you.
Yeah.
Milk all day.
Yeah.
Which should have been his name. Okay, so he buys the milk, yeah?
It just gets delivered. He wasn't expecting it. It just gets delivered. He can't remember ordering it, but it's there. And he's like, well, I'm going to use it then.
Yeah, and it's all like lumpy and that, but it's in a recipe he's putting in. And he's having a menu tasting party, and everyone's invited, and that's how they all get infected.
Yeah.
Because they're at his party and he's serving up meals featuring this milk that he's used.
Yeah.
What do you think to that?
Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be on the rooftop.
Yeah.
They're all on the rooftop terrace. That's where he's serving it all up, and it's his new menu, and he's very pleased with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's chicken in milk.
Milky chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's making.
Milky chicken surprise.
Yeah. Which BJ Surprise will love, because you think it's named after him.
BJ Surprise. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that's a good opening, that. Do we get to... I'll tell you what I don't like in films. Lots of close-ups of people putting food in their mouths. Yeah, I don't like that.
Well,
makes
like
me
it
feel
brain
uneasy.
dead.
Yeah, makes me feel uneasy, that.
Mm.
So we'll have a bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's just like sort of like doing all that business. I don't like it.
And then first scene as well, we see it's just like a big, long, continuous shot of him going into the shop with Elijah Wood. Leaves, goes into the flat. We see Carl Weathers on the desk, and me and you patrolling the
foyer.
Yeah.
Sigma 6, all clear.
Yep, 10-4 rubber dick. We get the shot up and we see just the scope of the tower block as he's walking in as well, and then a continuous
a bit
shot.
like Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yes.
Where Sigourney Weaver lives is where we're shooting this film.
Yeah. I thought it would be.
Yeah, into the foyer, the big grand foyer, and then we carry on up onto the lift and then up through, and then we meet some of his neighbours. We'll meet a couple in the lift.
Are we in? Yeah, we're in the elevator. Yeah, so people getting in. We have the little shooting the shit.
Yeah.
They say, hello, I'm a actor.
Graham Norton might tell him a joke as he passes him.
Yeah. And he says, oh, be Jesus. And Ardle Hanlon goes, what?
BJ Surprise rugby tackles him.
Yeah, takes him out as he's walking with his shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he laughs and gets back up, dusts himself down.
Picks him up, gives him a nuggie.
Yeah, carries on.
Yeah, and goes into, and that's the
Danny
the
Trejo shoots him.
Yeah.
Shoots him dead, laughs about it, picks him back up, sends him on his way.
Danny Trejo's got a bodyguard standing outside of his apartment.
Yeah, who's that going to be?
Just an extra.
Okay, just a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mexican.
Yeah, like it.
So we can have the credits, basically.
Okay, well, we don't need everybody in that, do we?
No, just a few.
Okay.
Just to give you the idea that he lives in this massive tower block with a load of people and there's security guards.
Okay.
And that's the
opening. I was
opening.
going to say, because we've not had Cassell. He's not been in that opening exposition, nor has the Mountain.
No. The Mountain's...
He's busy with a cat.
Yeah, that's the rumour. The chef gets infected because he tries it first himself.
Yeah.
And he's the first to die, unfortunately. Steve Merchant.
Well, he usually is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's washing up in the sink, big loads of bubbles and stuff, and then you see goblin hands reach and pull him into the sink.
Yeah.
He's struggling, and then he pulls back, and he's like his head's been ripped off. It's just got jagged and then green, and then he falls backwards.
Bloody hell.
We're getting rid of this. They have to sweat green and then die natural deaths and then eaten and slowly decaying.
Yeah, it's just murderous.
You need to
just violent murders.
Yes.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah. So that's his death, and then he gets dragged into the sink and devoured.
In the waste disposal.
Yeah.
Turn that on and he gets ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great first death that is.
That is a
super.
good death,
That
isn't
sets
it,
the
that?
scene, doesn't it? Sets it beautifully.
Yeah. It'd take ages though, wouldn't it? Because he's so tall.
Yeah,
For
just
him
the
to
leg,
be,
leg to knee.
to be like dragged into the waste disposal.
Yeah. And then you've got Grandpa
I thought,
Seth.
I thought they were all at his party.
They were, but they go home afterwards.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the meal and stuff.
Okay.
Grandpa Seth.
Yeah, he turns up.
He still talks to Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
We need someone to play him.
That could be Morgan Freeman, can't it?
He just looks just like him, doesn't he, from the film?
Yeah, that's good enough, isn't it?
Yeah, get him in. Morgan Freeman as Grandpa Seth.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like just in the mirror, like Kal-El from, like Brando did for Superman.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. What other characters have we got? We need some more deaths.
Well, we've not got many female characters, so I think the next one probably also has to be a male character.
Yeah.
So we've got either BJ Surprise, Où est le boeuf, or Howdy, oh hello there. Actually, Christ be Jesus, he can go next.
Yeah, Christ be Jesus gets killed.
He's just a mere husband character, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He goes outside to put the shoes out. You know, you put your shoes out and they get buffed.
Yes, I do. Yes, I used to live in this exact scenario.
Well, Howdy Ho Hello there is in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
He asks...
telling jokes.
Yeah. He asks Christ to put his shoes out for buffing.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does, he hears whispers in the hallway.
Is Whispers the name of the bodyguard for Danny Trejo? No. All right, okay.
And so he goes out to inspect. Maybe, I tell you who he sees. He sees Stephen Merchant.
Oh, okay. Doing what?
Having a wank. No, it's...
That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Just at the end of the corridor.
Just left his apartment.
He puts the shoes out. We see the shot just from the side with the unfocused background behind him up the top of the corridor.
Yeah.
And he hears Stephen Merchant and he whispers his name. And as he looks, Stephen Merchant's facing like towards the wall at the far end there.
Yeah. Can he walk sideways like a crab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Without turning.
Yeah.
And
without moving his legs. So he's just sort of like on wheels.
Crabs don't do that. Crabs have to move their legs.
He looks stupid if he's just sidestepping.
Yeah, he just glides.
I was trying to give it some sort of like supernatural effect.
So, and he asks,
just walk off.
He asks Christ to help him, so he goes down there to help him.
Help me, Christ! Is that what he says?
Yes. And as he gets down there, at the ends there, you've got the elevator and then like storage cupboards and stuff.
Oh, yes,
and one
of course,
light there, and he's standing next to the light. And as he asks him what's wrong, he just reaches up and turns the light, so the light goes out in the hallway.
You can, because he can reach that as well, can't he?
He's tall. Yeah. Well, it's just on the wall there, just to the side of him. Yeah. Then what happens? That's kind of creepy. But what could happen then? Maybe he sort of runs at him.
Just dies.
Runs at him, and he turns round, and he's actually got like no face. It's just like a big hole in the face where the face should be.
I think he just dies there and then.
Yeah, I think he just gets dragged into the darkness.
Yeah.
You see him clawing at the carpet trying to get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gets pulled off.
Because we got to build it. We got to build these set pieces up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So Stephen Merchant pulls off Ardlo Hanlon.
Into the elevator.
Yeah.
And then shuts.
Ding.
Yeah. I like it.
Going down.
Yes.
That's what it says.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? So we've got 2 deaths straight off the bat there.
I like them.
And then, slowly and surely, we're going to have some, they're all going to succumb. And then I guess it's going to be Joshua that realises what's going on.
Yeah, well, the thing about Joshua is ever since all this, he has become a vegetarian.
Yeah.
That's the twist. That's why he hasn't had any of this delicious milky chicken
Yeah.
that was served.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how he's not affected by it.
I think you've got to have a side bad guy character, which will be Trejo.
Yeah. Trejo's doing stuff for his own nefarious purpose.
Yes.
Such as drug dealing.
Fine and Dandy are on the case, trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah, because they see something on the cameras.
Yeah,
they see Christ be Jesus get pulled off in the corridor.
They do, yeah. And he's in the elevator, and Dandy, Huey Dandy says, "Look at this! Look, he goes in the elevator, but the elevator doesn't open again until succulent pulled pork goes in there later on. Like she calls it to go downstairs. So where the hell has he gone?
Yeah, and he's literally scratching his head. And
then there's a scene where we both go in to have a look, and we notice that the hatch on the top of the elevator is just not quite.
Oh yes, it's slightly off.
Yeah, so we go into the elevator shaft.
Yes.
And then there'll be maybe a chase scene of us getting chased by goblins in the elevator shaft. They have to climb down just in time and then get out the elevator. Carl Weathers says we need to get this sorry ship to shore and find out what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm. Does he believe us straight away?
No.
Does he say, "You goddamn son of a bitch"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he gets attacked. Oh, fuck. But obviously he beats them all off.
He's all right, though, yeah. Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no other.
With the help of Joshua, who helps him, saves him. Or maybe Grandpa Seth.
Grandpa Seth himself.
Yeah. Cuts off someone's hand or some shit like in the film.
Yeah, he does, yeah. He's got a big fuck-off axe.
Yeah. Who's surviving this film? Obviously, Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. Fine and dandy, yeah, we survive. Both wounded, obviously.
But
we will
emotionally.
Yeah, both.
Right, yeah.
Physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
I think Joshua survives.
Yes.
I think Veruca also survives.
Mm-hmm.
Though potentially infected at the end.
Yeah, there's a little like at the end. What about the dad?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh.
He perishes.
How saving Joshua?
Yeah.
Pissing on him.
By pissing on him, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Trejo's got to die.
Trejo has to die because he's a drug dealer. He's a bad guy.
Yeah. How's he die?
Out the window.
I was just about to say that as well, yeah.
He goes out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, smashes through the window and outside, gone.
Escaping the goblins.
Yeah, fly all that way down, smash. I don't think there's any more survivors. I think everyone dies.
Vincent Cassell, dead.
Yeah.
How's he die? I reckon in the bathtub.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, the plug. He's there thinking something's stuck in the plug, so he goes to mess with it.
It's like hair.
Yeah, he just pulls it out, and it's like green hair. Oh no, we done away with the green, or we sticking with a bit?
Sticking with a bit of green, I think.
But it's dark green, dirty green,
and then it wraps around
deadly green
his neck.
Yeah, and his.
Yeah, well, he is French.
Exactly.
Who else is in this? Who else are we killing off?
BJ Surprise, LL Cool J. He tries to take him on offense style. So he actually assumes like hut position.
Yes. Offensive tackle.
I think that's what it's called in the American football world.
Yeah.
Of which I'm an expert.
Yes.
Yeah, so he does a bit of that.
Against a massive goblin.
Yeah, big goblin.
Yeah, they're like his stomach opens up like teeth and swallows the
Danny Trejo. He runs.
Yeah, and also, he jumps at him and he just...
Hello, Cool J, he just runs to tackle him and he just opens his stomach and eats him.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That guy gets killed by Fine and Dandy.
Yes. And we have...
or Carl Weathers in hand-to-hand combat.
We're all involved.
Yeah.
We get involved as well.
Yeah.
We all use a sword at the same time.
Or nightsticks. Because it's probably what we'd actually have.
I don't know. We've got swords at this point. Yeah. With a triple sword belly split.
Nice.
And the corpse of BJ Surprise falls out, but unfortunately he's dead.
Who else we got? Succulent pulled pork. Is she still going to be alive?
She's still alive at the moment, as is Howdy Oh Hello There and Anus Facet. But he's helping tend to the wounded.
Yeah. I think Anus Facet maybe takes succulent pulled pork, manages to get her out because she's dying.
Mm-hmm.
He manages to get her out of there when they end up together. A little bit of a romance side plot there.
That is nice.
Howdy Oh Hello There. He tries escaping in his car, but there's a goblin in the back seat there. So maybe crashes his car, get a nice sort of stunt.
Is it a mirror surprise job?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, where he looks in there. It's like,
Yeah.
and it's just a goblin in the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rips his throat out.
Nice.
And crashes the car. Maybe up the side ramp and flip.
Explosion.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Nice little stunt there. Nice little car stunt. Bit of fire. How does the dad die? They say saving...
By pissing on Joshua.
Maybe, I think he dies saving everybody.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe we blow up Danny Trejo's...
He's got a grenade. He's got a grenade
from Danny Trejo's
that
apartment.
He found, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he gets all the goblins inside that one apartment, then pulls the pin and sacrifices himself, blows the penthouse up.
Yeah, that's good of him, innit? It's the kind of thing he would do, though, I think.
Or Joshua wanted to, and he said, I won't allow it!
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Right, so Joshua is still alive. His wife, Veruca, is alive, but we think she's infected.
Yeah.
Do they find out she's infected, or does she reveal it only to the camera and the viewers?
No, she finds out when Joshua screams down the camera at us.
Oh, right, okay, so we all find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sort of, the last scene is them like having a nice time and stuff.
Are they having a picnic?
Yeah, who's still alive?
Just Joshua and Veruca, plus Carl Weathers, fine and dandy.
That's it.
Yeah.
We've killed everyone else.
We killed everyone
No,
else.
Anus Face isn't.
Anus Facet.
Succulent pulled pork.
I thought they'd gone off in a relationship and died.
No. They're hosting Anus Facet and Succulent Pulled Pork.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua goes to have a shit.
Yeah.
Or we think. Maybe not.
I was going to say a suggested one.
Yeah. Comes out, sprays, and walks in to see...
To be honest, a spray would suggest it's completed. You're not going to spray if you just haven't had a shit. Because that's an alert that you have had a shit.
Maybe he thinks that if he does that all the time, no one will know if he has or not. So he walks...
This is a 100% cover story.
They're all having a nice time and stuff, and then he goes in, comes out the toilet, and as he turns up, there's just like bodies that are all green and gloopy, and she's eating the green gloop ravenously.
Who?
Veruca.
Oh.
And it's the bodies of Anus Facet and Succulent Pulled Pork that she's eating. She's one of them, her eyes are green, and she stares at him, then runs at him with her hands out, like towards the camera. He screams, and then we cut. That's the end of the fucking film. What's the moral of the story?
It doesn't have to be a moral, does it?
Careful what you wish for.
You just want a tagline that's got nothing to do with it.
What could be the tagline?
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Be afraid. Be thrice as afraid.
Yeah. Be more afraid than the last two times.
Is that it then, is it?
No, I don't know. I didn't know you were expecting this.
This is new, isn't it?
This is a whole new thing. It's like, what? He's gone through a bloody film pitch. I'm going to come up with that. That's somebody else's job.
This is the listener's job. You lot out there. Give us a bloody tagline for this film, badmoviecult@gmail.com. And while you're thinking of it, I'll bring this fucking episode to a close, shall I? I might as well. Thank you to Mr. Kenby Wild.
Oh, thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you for watching Troll 2 yet again.
Yeah. It'll probably be the last time for a while.
What do you guys think to Troll 2? It's obviously a bad movie classic, but do you enjoy it? Unironically or ironically, let us know. As we say, badmoviecult@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on all social media pretty much. Just search Bad Movie Cult and you'll find us. If you want to discuss this week's film or films not covered on the podcast that are on our website is www.badmoviecult.com. But if you want to discuss them, you can on the Facebook group. Just search Bad Movie Cult Discussion Group. If you want to listen to previous episodes, you can by simply searching Bad Movie Cult on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on Good Pods. We're on Samsung. We're on... Where else are we, Ken? YouTube.
We're on everything. Look it up. You know, I mean, you're listening to it on something already. No point in us advertising other ones. You're already listening to it.
Yeah.
Tell other people. That's what you need to be doing.
Yeah, and also rating us. So if you're on Apple, drop us a review there. You can do it on Spotify now as well. Drop us a like on YouTube if you can. It all goes a long way to helping us get found by new listeners and spreading the word of the podcast, which is what we want.
It gives us a reason to live.
Join us again. We'll be back with another movie review, deep dive and film pitch right here on the Bad Movie Cult podcast. See you later, everybody.
Goodbye. Oh, stinky excrement.